gray, I got that aqua too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah they rule. Off the 50s, how my bank grow. Can't no one stop me when I play. AUD bout to rocket, I place a trade. They be losing and hating all in my face. Consistently beating them, I'm just making sense. Foot to the left, yeah, one time. Pick it up, drop it low, yeah. On the ground, gotta bounce, that'll blow your mind. Your friend is cute, it's just straight as fun. Move your foot to the left, yeah, one time. Pick it up, drop it low, yeah. On the ground, watch it bounce, real tight up on the fit. Today, the market make it better, give me my. Game real quick. When the red and yellow split. Don't stay empty, depleted. M&W off the aqua. Man, watch it kiss. Catch a D-Lo. If the shift, you straight up miss. Ride it all the way to TP or an exit. All in blue squad. D-Lo. Let's get it. Yeah. Move your foot to the left. Yeah. One time. Pick it up. Drop it low. Yeah.
Yes. What's going on, family? What's up, guys? Welcome to today's stream. Super excited to be here, family, with you guys all. Good morning, family. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat one time, because we are live right now. I want to make sure there's no issues whatsoever. Let's see what we got. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce.
I got that red, I got that yellow, got that blue. Got that gray, I got that aqua too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah they rule. Off the 50s, how my bank roll. I got that red, I got that yellow, got that blue. Got that gray, I got that aqua too. NFAs, EMAs, yeah they rule. Off the 50s, how my bank roll.
Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty. Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty. Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce,
Fitty, bounce, fitty.
Let me see you. Fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty, bounce, fitty. Let me see you.
Fitty, bounce, fitty.
Hey, fitty, bounce, let's go.
Yes, what's going on, family? What is going on, guys? Welcome. Good morning. Hopefully you guys are all having a phenomenal morning. We're gonna go ahead and really take a look at the markets and see what type of opportunities present themselves for us today. Let's take a look at the news real quick. The only thing we really have is some PMI for the CAD. We have retail sales later on tonight for the Aussie. So nothing this morning that should really be too crazy. Cool. Yes. Let's see. We got Charleston in the building. Fresno, what's up? How are you guys doing? El Paso, I see y'all. Shout out to you guys for tuning in, family. Go ahead and smash that like button, family, as you guys tune in. Smash that like button as you guys tune in. And we'll see what we can find overall for today. For today. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Take profit. What y'all know about this trading music, family? You guys don't know about this trading music. Take profit. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Take profit. Let's see what we got here. What has the dollar done overnight?
If I ain't in profit yet, I gotta stop. Said, well, you know what I mean. Every little inch it moves, kinda change the mood, so I don't wanna see. Gotta set it and forget it till it hits TV. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, set it, take profit. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, set it, take profit. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Yeah, take profit. Set it, forget it. Set it, forget it. Set it.
Take profit. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. New Jersey, North Carolina, Georgia in the building. Jay Hustle, what's up? You see, you got looking for a UCAD sell. Let's see what we got here, right? Let me give you guys my thoughts and opinions real quick. Let me give you all my thoughts and opinions real quick. Let me turn down this music a little bit more because this thing gonna get me too riled up. I don't even have my caramel frappuccino just yet, so I'm not trying to get too antsy right now, right? I'm trying to stay nice, calm, and collected this morning. Set it and forget it. Set it and forget it. Take profit. Set it and forget it. Take profit. Forget it. Take profit. All right, family. So what I'm looking at to start off today, overall, the dollar really has been range bound since last week. We've been just pretty much playing above these levels right now, right? We're trapped between the 104.200 level and the 105.300 level, you know, which are very interesting levels of structure overall, guys, just because of where we're at. You know, a breakout to either direction can definitely, you know, make some big moves, right? So if we were to end up breaking out to the upside for whatever reason, guys, then we're probably going to go ahead and make all of we're going to make our way all the way up to the 106, 107 level. If we break out to the downside, see, then we're going to come down and test the 102.5 level, right? So a breakout of this range is definitely going to be very telling in terms of where the market is eventually going to go. If we are going to try to stick with the trend, I mean, trend is going to be subjective to the person, to the trader, and a trend is also going to be subjective to the actual time frame you're analyzing it on, right? But just looking here on the 4-hour time frame, family, what's the overall trend here? Well, we've been seeing a lot of selling pressure overall. You know, we had this high come in, ended up creating this low, and then we ended up pulling back, right? So some traders are going to say, man, Abel, this is just a pullback to the upside and we should continue this bearish trend overall. Other traders, which is probably what I'm leading towards, I'm looking at overall what structure has been doing, and I would say that this break of this low and this immediately reaction right there could be enough for us to dictate us having some type of a bullish momentum actually. All right, so hold on, this song is gonna get me going. Hold on, let me turn this down real quick, family. All right, we'll listen to music in a second. Let me just get through this really quickly so that we can go ahead and focus up, right? Because I am trying to take some trades with you guys this morning to see if there's anything that we can find overall. But yeah, you know, so what I was saying, you know, overall, what has the market done, guys? We have higher highs, we have higher lows, very basic stuff, right? Higher highs. We have this little smaller, little higher low point right there, but then we ended up creating another high up here, pretty much just mitigating this candle, you know, retesting, filling all this inefficient price action, whatever you guys want to say. All right, and ever since then, you know, we've definitely just been very choppy to the, you know, to the sideways. I would love, and this is something that I spoke about last night as well, right? I would love for us to eventually go ahead and see this thing, you know, correct a little bit lower. But I really am not sure if that's truly going to happen just yet. Just looking at how price action is playing off, especially going into this morning. You know, right now, guys, it looks like we could be seeing some strength in the dollar to start off the week overall. I mean, we've gotten one of my favorite candlestick patterns here on the 4-hour time frame after we came back and pretty much mitigated this little continuation block. You know, so there could be, you know, some more upside here, guys, for the dollar as a whole, probably just to retest back up to this 105 level, 104.900, 105 level overall, right? So this is something I'm gonna be keeping my eye on. For right now, though, I'm definitely probably gonna be leaning towards dollar buys. So if we can find some opportunities for that, that'll be pretty amazing. Let's just go lower time frame, see what happened over here in terms of structure real quick, so that you guys can really start to see what I really mean on these smaller time frames. Let me go ahead and erase a bunch of this stuff. right? So even here, guys, on the 5-minute time frame, I mean, just look at what happened, right? Overall, we were coming down, right? We were seeing these markets, guys, create these lower lows, little minor pullback, right? Create another lower low, lower high, and then we ended up creating that low right there that ended up sweeping, you know, these last little lows that were created, right? So in my opinion, guys, we had a sweep of liquidity right here, right? We had a sweep of liquidity right there, and immediately, right? I'm very big on the reactions that we see, you know, in price at areas of interest, right? So this is a very important area of interest as a whole. Like this entire range down here is area of interest. Why? Because look at what we're playing in, right? We ended up playing back into a major level of structure, right? I mean, we can just see, guys, how valuable or how important this level truly is, right? With all of these different reactions, you know, playing off of this level, right? So when we see a big, strong momentum shift, guys, in an area of interest, that is very telling in terms of what the momentum truly can be like. So that's why for me, you know, seeing this sweep of these lows right here and immediately coming back to the upside, guys, and breaking structure to the highs, I mean, that is very, very telling, right? Because we ended up breaking, you know, this high right here. And this is the high that was put in, guys, you know, before we ended up creating a new low, right? So whenever we have a high that creates a new low, and that high ultimately gets taken, that's what I'm going to be considering an overall market structure shift, right? Or what most people will call a change of character, right? For any of you guys that, you know, really trade the smart money way of style, right? So I definitely look at this as somewhat type of momentum. You know, a lot of momentum in the market has now shown itself. So what I would like to see here, guys, for the dollar is obviously more movement to the upside. But where can we look for the market to really give us a reaction from? Well, it's very possible for this thing to go where we're currently at now. You know, we did end up feeling a little bit of this wick. Nothing too crazy, right? But we did feel half of this wick overall. We are starting to obviously see some momentum right now enter the markets. But I'm really not comfortable trying to take a trade from anywhere around these areas, right? I think we're just too high. We're too much in a premium level for me to really want to look for some buys off the dollar just yet. But if we are able to see price come down below these levels, right, maybe come and break all of this liquidity that we have down here, right? Let me go ahead and just mark this up, make it a little bit cleaner for y'all. I would love to see, guys, us run this trend line right here. Like, I would love to see us go ahead and capture all this trend line liquidity that has been building up right now since London session. You know, so if we are able to go ahead and run this trend line, grab that trend line liquidity, then yeah, you know, I'll be very interested to see how we react around these levels, to then go ahead and expect higher pricing here for the dollar as a whole, right? So that's pretty much going to be my overall blueprint for today. I'm going to be playing heavily depending on what the dollar itself does, right? Using our correlations, you know, because if the dollar is gaining strength, then obviously we should know what to do. If the dollar is losing strength, guys, and based off correlations, we should have a decent understanding of what the market can do for us as well. All right, so I want to see something like this. Like, this is what I want to see here for the dollar. I want to see this thing come down, break this trend line, capture all that trend line liquidity, come back to a major area of structure, which is all right here. And then depending on how we react off of these levels down here, guys, we'll go ahead and obviously, you know, push the button on other pairs, right? We're obviously not trading the dollar itself, but we're going to be using it as a reference, right? We'll use it as a reference for where we could potentially, or what we could expect, potentially expect for these other pairs overall. Okay, so hopefully you guys are with me with this, family. Do you guys understand what I'm saying right here, family? Do you guys understand what my play is? Let me know in the chat if you guys get this. All right, because it's really going to be a patience game. It's going to be a patience game all the way until we see the market run this low. Okay, I really won't have that much confidence, guys, in dollar buys until we actually grab this trend line liquidity that we have here, right? So I want to see it run, and then eventually we'll start looking for some opportunities to then go ahead and go to the upside overall, right? So maybe around this 104.500, we'll be able to keep our eyes on the dollar itself, right? So we'll see what happens there overall. And yeah, so that's just a quick look at the dollar. Let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat really quickly. Let me see. Shout out to everybody tuning in, by the way. I appreciate y'all. I see we got El Paso in the building. Let's see. We got Trinidad in the house. What is up, Tyson, my guy? I appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you for tuning in. Is this D-Lo music? That was Tyrone's music for sure. Shout out to my guy Neon. Wally, what's up? What's up, my brother? I appreciate you. Let's see. Dixie buys at 104.450. Yeah, it's pretty much where I was looking for. You know, around that area for sure. Right around the 104.500, 104.550. So I'm in alignment with you as well on that. Let's see. Sells on GJ to 162.3. I'll take a look at that in a second. Love line, I got you. Quick upside buy on GJ. All right. Dom Dada, what's going on, Dom? Appreciate you in the chat, my brother. How are you doing? Shout out to you for tuning in with me. Family, let's go ahead and smash the like button one time as well. You know, if you guys are going to be getting some value from me, the only thing I ever ask from you guys in return is to smash the like button, right? So let's go ahead and get 100 likes on this stream ASAP. We do not have 100 people on just yet, but if you guys all smash the like button immediately, like if we all smash the like button right now, right, then that's gonna kick the that's gonna really kick in the algorithm, right? So if we all start to collectively smash this like button, YouTube is gonna see that this video is popping and that it's really starting to blow up, and they're gonna start to, you know, put it out to a lot more people, right? So let's go ahead and smash the like button, and let's go ahead and get, you know, 100, 200, 300 people on this live stream, hopefully by the end of it. And hopefully we're all able to go ahead and find some good looking setups as well, right? But definitely go ahead and smash that like button. I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Right, let's see. Greetings from Germany. What's going on, Jonas? I appreciate you for tuning in as well. Shout out to you. Right, so let's go take a look at the other setups, guys. I know some of you guys were already calling out some ideas. Jay was looking at a UCAD sell. Loveline has a couple setups with GJ. He's looking at they're looking at gold as well, and we got AU. So there. Let's go ahead and take a quick stroll and see what we have here overall, right? So, USD CAD, where are we at, right? Overall, this thing actually ended up gaining some strength pretty much overnight, which is interesting, right? So, we're just pretty much trapped inside of this range as well right here, guys, for USD CAD. And we've been up here pretty much all of last week and even starting into this week. Now, what can we expect USD CAD to actually do, right? Well, if my bias for the dollar, guys, is now potential buys, right? At least to start off the week, right? At least to start off the session, right? My trade idea for UCAD is probably going to want to be in alignment for that. You know, I would love to see the dollar come up to, again, the 105 levels, right? So I'm going to be probably correlating my USD CAD with that. In fact, I mean, we're already seeing USD CAD, guys, really gain a lot of strength overnight. You know, we had the market come and clear these lows, right? Create this structure, break all of these structure lows. But then look at the momentum that we've seen immediately once we ended up clearing, you know, these levels right here, right? You know, we grab liquidity, and then immediately a massive, massive increase to the upside, right? We've seen a lot of demand truly come into the market, guys, here for the Canadian dollar, or at least a lot of weakness for the CAD. But overall, USD CAD did gain a lot of momentum to the upside now, right? So that itself is, again, very, very telling, guys. Now, just looking at what currently happened, we also did see a nice, very strong push to the upside. So just looking at where we're at, I mean, this just looks like, guys, in my opinion, of course, right? It just looks like overall that the CAD, USD CAD, seems like it has a lot more bullishness to it, right? It seems like it has a lot more momentum to it currently. Now, that's not to say that we can't take some short-term sells if the opportunity presents itself, right? But, you know, we are, you know, seeing a lot more momentum to the upside. But I will say this, you know, we do have these levels of structure that I think are very, very interesting, to say the least. The reason for that is because these are, in my opinion, some weak lows that we have created, right? We have a lot of bullish momentum. Price came down, just started to create this support. And we really, in my opinion, never really came down to mitigate the full move down here where the buys initially started. So although we are seeing a lot of momentum, price really could just go ahead and do something like that and break out to the upside. That's very possible, and we will keep our eye on that. But it's also possible as well, guys, for the market to want to even run this level, right? Grab that liquidity before we actually go ahead and make another move as well, right? So it's a couple plays here for USD CAD that I'll be keeping my eyes on throughout this session to see how the market ultimately does react overall. But yeah, you know, there's two plays there. Now, I know some of you guys are saying, I know Jay was looking for the sell for USD CAD. Let's see if there is anything that could give us sell bias up here. Obviously, I know a lot of people are probably paying attention to all of these wicks, right? Which wicks for me, guys, yeah, they do tell me rejection of certain areas, but it also tells me manipulation of certain areas, right? Because there's going to be a lot of traders that are looking at all those wicks saying, man, look how strong that level of resistance is. Man, that's a super strong level of resistance right here. Man, look at this resistance. It's so strong, right? And granted, the market could very well, you know, start to drop from those levels, right? But I'm very, very cautious when I'm looking at these levels of structure. I'm very cautious when we're now coming up to test the trend line for the fourth time. One thing that I always tell, you know, everybody that I speak to, especially when it comes to like support and resistance and trend line levels, right? The more touches to that level, family, does not necessarily make it stronger, right? That's a myth. You know, that is a misconception that a lot of traders, you know, be talking about all the time, right? All the time. You know, oh man, 3 touches to a trend line, man, that makes it strong. 4 touches makes it stronger. 5 touches makes it strongest. And that's cap, right? If that was the case, then the more touches means that that level will never break, right? It would never break. So what we have to think about, guys, is put it this way. The more touches to a trend line, the more touches to a level of support, it does not make it stronger. What does it make it, family? Let me know in the chat. Right? I know it's something I talk about a lot, right? So if you ever been on any of my streams, then you should know exactly what I'm speaking about right now. Right? The more touches to a trend line, does that make it stronger, or what does it do to it? What does it do to it? Let's see. If anything, it makes it weaker, right? Correct. But why does it make it weaker? Why does it make it weaker? Why does the more touches to a trend line or support and resistance level, why does it make it weaker? All right. I know this might go against what a lot of you guys were probably taught. In fact, I hold myself accountable too, because when I started teaching back in the day, you know, probably 4 years ago, I used to teach the same exact way. Man, look how strong this level is, bro. Look how many touches this level got, man. That's a super strong level. And there's times where you can catch some trades, but more times than not, the higher probability setup or the highest probability opportunity is for those levels to actually get ran through. Why? Because the more touches to a level, guys, does not make it stronger, right? It makes it more visible. It makes it more noticeable, right? Which makes it more liquid, okay? So just keep that in mind, right? The more touches to a trend line, the more touches to a level of support, it makes it more noticeable. It makes it more visible, which means it makes it more liquid, right? Because a lot of traders are going to be trying to play that trend line bounce. A lot of traders will try to play this support bounce, right? And that is just adding and building up and accumulating liquidity on the other sides of these things, right? The market is very much liquidity driven, right? It's going to go towards where there's the most liquid areas in price. So if everybody is trying to sell from this resistance / this trend line because they have quote unquote confluence, man, look at this confluence, bro. We got this trend line, fifth touch to trend line. We have this area of supply or resistance up here. Man, if we get up here, we have to sell it. There's so many confluences to it. Yeah, those confluences are going to kick your ass, right? Excuse my language, right? Because all you're doing is adding up into the pool of liquidity that is above or below those obvious areas, right? If it's obvious, family, you have to be very cautious about them, right? Because the more obvious a level is, the more liquid that level is, so the more manipulation that will happen around that level as well. Which is why when I was talking about USD CAD, you know, we have these equal lows, or at least these relative equal lows here. And if price was to get back down there, guess what a lot of traders are going to do? They're going to be like, oh, man, look at this super strong support, man. It's going to be our fourth touch to the support. It has to be strong. It doesn't have to do a damn thing. In fact, what we'll probably see is an initial bounce to entice more buyers, but then we'll probably go ahead and really see that get absolutely destroyed, right? So it's little concepts like that, guys, that you start to really identify. And as you guys continue to get better as traders, you'll start to notice a lot more. And you'll be able to prepare yourself for those things, right? But for right now, for USD CAD, can it sell off from where we're currently at? I mean, we are retesting previous levels of structure, so anything is very much possible. Anything is possible for sure. But it's just not something that I'm truly interested in right here where we're at, right? I like to play the extremes of levels, right? If I was looking for a sell here for USD CAD, it's probably going to be at the extreme highs, right? If we were to go ahead and clear this level out here, if we were to go ahead and run through this 1.364, then I will be looking for opportunities to go ahead and go short on, right? I want to play the extremes, right? So I'm trying to either sell above this area of structure or near as close as possible to that supply zone. And just like I want to buy, you know, as close as possible to this demand zone, right? I'm very big on supply and demand, guys. Why? Because, I mean, it just makes the most sense in my opinion, right? So I want to play the extremes of these levels. I'm really not interested in trying to chase in the middle of this range. Now, again, that's not to say that this can't drop, right? I'm not saying that whatsoever. So if you are interested in something like that, and if it follows your rules, then by all means do your thing. But it's not something I'm going to be chasing overall, right? I want to play the extremes of the market. All right, so let's see what else we got here. Building up liquidity, so it's actually weaker. Exactly. Right. Shout out to you guys that actually understood that whole concept. I can tell that you guys are all going to be absolutely phenomenal traders if you guys are not already just so, right? So that's my thoughts on USD CAD. I know some traders actually would be looking for sells here, but it's just, it doesn't tickle my fancy. That's crazy. Where'd you get that from, Abel? I don't know. All right, so let's go take a look here at the rest of the market, guys, overall, see what we're doing. Take a look at the dollar. All right, so remember what I said about the dollar itself, guys. I did tell you guys I wanted to look for the dollar to actually go ahead and run this trend line, and look what we're doing now. Right, we are starting to see a lot of selling pressure into the market here for the dollar, which is good for us. This is exactly what we wanted to see. So now we have to be patient. Now, when we get down into this 104,400, 104,500 level, you know, we're gonna allow structure to build up, right? And then once it builds up enough, when we start to identify, you know, bullish structure, then we'll go ahead and be able to, you know, to pull that trigger, right? But you know, we're seeing exactly what we wanted to see. The trend line has officially been taken, right? So liquidity is now starting to get grabbed up. So now we just got to wait, right? When we get down to here, we'll be able to go ahead and figure out what we want to do next. I'm actually going to set an alert as well. Let me set an alert so that we are alerted when price does get closer to that point of interest, so that we can go ahead and actually start to prepare ourselves as well. All right, so that's that. Euro USD, let's take a quick look at this, guys, because obviously Euro USD does the exact opposite of the dollar itself, right? Like the exact opposite, right? So if we are looking for dollar buys after this move, like if we're looking for something like this, then we should be looking for the opposite for the euro, right? They do the exact opposite, right? So what I would like to see here, guys, for the euro is possibly the market to come up. I'm going to be looking to see how we react around this wick right here, right? This fill, this wick right here. Again, you know, contrary to popular belief, like I mentioned, right? A lot of traders look at wicks and be like, man, massive rejection. That's got to mean something. And it does mean something, right? But more times than not, guys, these wicks do get filled. So if we are able to go ahead and fill this wick, then we'll be able to see how the market reacts, and then we can go ahead and potentially look for some shorting opportunities here for the euro as well, right? So something else we're going to keep our eyes on to see if we are going to be able to take a trade. Again, we don't trade the actual DXY. We use it as a reference. We do trade the euro. We do trade gold. You know, we do trade a bunch of different opportunities for sure. So we'll see what the market gives us ultimately to see if there's anything that we can take advantage of for sure, right? But for the euro, I'll be looking at how we play off of these highs up here. Okay, I want this level of supply to hold, you know, so if we are able to see price make its way up into these levels, guys, I will be looking for opportunities to go ahead and go short. Okay, just being straight up with you guys, that's what I want to see. But I'm not going to just pull the trigger as soon as we get up there. I want to really see how price pretty much forms up there, and then we'll go ahead and do what we got to do. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at here for the euro. See what the market can give us. Initially, my area of interest is going to be up around the 1.065 level. Let me go ahead and just set this alert. I want to set the alert once we're actually filling the wick, so we can go ahead and come back and pay attention to it for sure. All right, so that's going to be looking interesting as well. The whole concept here, guys, is again, we did see the market, you know, create these highs, break these highs multiple times, and then we seen a very strong reaction to the downside that broke these lows, broke this low. You know, so we want to see this type of bearish momentum ultimately go ahead and follow through. For anybody that understands more so like Wyckoff logic, you know, this could easily be more of a accumulation, or my apologies, right? This is more of a distribution type of play here, right? Where the market is now just building up, you know, all of this orders just to go ahead and distribute it back to the downside, go ahead and sell most of these orders. You know, so that's pretty much the whole thought process and concept behind here. You know, if we're able to come up to this 106,500, you know, I'll be very comfortable with taking this trade, right? Now, keep in mind, you know, the risk to reward is going to be very good here. We have about an 8.5, almost an 8.5 to 1 risk to reward. You know, stops is going to be right above these highs for around, I would say, let's give it a couple pips above the highs, right? You want to figure out what your spread is for the euro, right? You want to figure out what your spread is for the euro and multiply that by 2. And that will tell you exactly how many pips above the highs your stop loss should be. Euro USD, guys, normally is usually under a pip, right? So the spread for the euro is usually very, very low. You know, so you could put it maybe 2-3 pips above these highs and still be very, very safe. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. You know, we're gonna be risking around 9 pips on this one, targeting around 60 overall. We will have a couple checkpoints in between. You know, like maybe this midpoint right here would be our first checkpoint. So if we are able to come down into this 106.22 level, which is around 3.5 to 1 risk to reward, which is not bad, you know, that's when we will eventually go ahead and secure some profits. That would be probably target 1. And we'll also go ahead and roll our stops to break even, you know, completely remove the risk off the table, right? And that's going to be pretty much like the best case scenario for us, all right? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for sure. Right? And if we're right, we get a nice banger of a trade. If we're wrong, so be it. We'll charge it to the game. We'll reanalyze, and then we'll go ahead and just prepare ourselves for the next opportunity. Let's see what we got here. Bro, what do you think about USD Swiss going for that 1 hour low? I'm not really a fan of USD Swiss. USD Swiss is one of those pairs that I truly try to avoid, just because it's not an interesting setup whatsoever or interesting pair at all. Like this pair really doesn't do much, guys, but range, right? Like look at this thing, right? We've been absolutely trapped inside this range for the past 12 years or so, right? Like this thing has been in this range for as long as I've been trading, right? And I started trading back in 2015, right? So yeah, this thing is not the best. Now I would say this though, if I was expecting this to do anything, I mean, off of this monthly reaction right here, right, we could see a little bit of selling pressure, but then I would probably expect us to come back and start to fill some of this imbalance if I was to play off of anything, right? No, just playing off of this current strength that we're starting to see, the current strength that we ended up getting for the past couple weeks, and trying to ride that momentum to see what the market ends up doing, right? But again, it's not a setup or a pair that I normally like to trade overall. It just doesn't excite me at all. All right, so let's see. Let's go back to Euro. Euro is pushing. We will keep our eyes on this, guys. Now, again, I'm not going to just jump in right away, right? I am going to watch to see how price plays off of these levels up here. Okay, so I am going to be very patient. I am going to be very patient, right? I want to see structure form up here. I want to see structure form up here, and then I want to see evidence of the market getting ready to shift before we go ahead and pull that trigger. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see. For real, I won't buy Dixie. The more price has been to an area, doesn't that make the zone weaker? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happens, Astrack, for sure. I need some more likes, y'all. Abel delivering sauce daily. Appreciate you, Dom. Definitely go ahead and smash the like button, family, if you guys are getting some value so far. Again, the goal for today is 100 likes, right? If every single one of you guys just smash the like button one time, it would mean the world to me, and we'll definitely go ahead and get us to 100 likes so we can go ahead and smash that goal, right? So definitely please go ahead and do that. I appreciate you guys ahead of time for doing so. All right, so we're gonna keep our eyes on that, see what the market does give us. It's probably gonna be one of the main ones that I'm really focusing on as well to really start off today. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens for sure. All right, now let's go take a look at gold. What is gold doing? Well, gold is actually interesting, right? I was looking at an opportunity to buy gold last night, right? It's something that I actually sent out to everybody that was on the actual weekly outlook last night over on the Profit Society YouTube channel. And I still do want to buy gold. I'm still very much interested. I mean, this reaction that we're seeing right here, guys, is pretty interesting, right? We're getting a nice bullish reaction off of testing previous structure. So this means gold might not even want to come down to my level that I initially wanted it to. And this thing could potentially actually just start to really make its move to the upside, which is, it is what it is if that happens. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to keep my eyes on these levels. We did end up running this level of structure right here, this level of support, you know, and if we do see a nice rebound, then yeah, you know, this thing is probably definitely going to go ahead and continue bullish. All right, right now we are seeing a little bit of a rebound back above this level of structure, which is telling, you know, but if we can go ahead and sustain above these levels, then yeah, gold might just be, you know, bullish for today. All right, and this thing might just continue back to the upside. I'm still going to hold an entry down here. All right, I'm going to probably just set an alert to see if price does get down there so that we can keep our eye on it. But I'm also going to be keeping my eyes to see how we really act up here, you know, because again, this is like the market itself, guys, is starting to really set up, and it's starting to look as if gold truly wants to start flying pretty soon. All right, in fact, we are starting to see that. Now, let me actually confirm this, right? Because let me look at Euro once again. Right? Let me see. I want to see something real quick. All right, because gold actually looks bullish. Like, gold structure looks bullish. And if gold does go bullish, then Euro USD might actually follow. Right, Euro USD might actually follow if gold is gonna go bullish, right? So let me just see right here. right? We're gonna keep our eye on this level, guys. I'm gonna remove this just for now, just because I don't want nobody just to prematurely try to just jump in. But we're gonna see what price does around these levels, right? I'm not gonna be so tempted just to immediately jump in. Remember, I want to see what structure does. Just because gold does look like it might actually want to go ahead and truly start to fly, and if that's the case, then euro's also probably gonna fly as well, right? So we're gonna be cautious on that. We're gonna be patient. Let's go ahead and look at the dollar itself. What is the dollar doing? The dollar is coming down into this level. All right, so if we do, guys, right, if we do end up breaking this structure point right here, if we do end up running this low, then this thing might actually go ahead and just continue bearish, right? But let's see. All right, there's a bunch of things that the market can do here, guys, but let's go ahead and see what we got here for the dollar as a whole, and then we'll see what the euro is giving us. We'll see what gold is giving us, but gold just looks bullish. Right, gold just looks like it might want to continue this order flow that we've been seeing. Right, gold looks like it wants to potentially continue. And I don't know if I feel comfortable buying the euro if gold wants to continue. Let's see. I'm gonna leave that alert up there. Let's go back to the dollar. Dollar, what are you doing? All right, it's really gonna I'm really gonna make a decision based off what the dollar does or reacts around this level right here, around this 104.400, 104.500 level. So we're gonna be patient on this, right? And we're gonna see how the market reacts around this level for sure. All right, we're gonna react to see what the market does off of that level for sure, family. Right? So let me go ahead and just see what we got here. Let me see. I'm just over here going through the markets real quick, seeing how the market is going to react off of these levels. Let's be patient. Let's be extremely patient. Oh man, I'm tired this morning, family. All right, so Euro USD did cross that level. Look at the dollar itself, guys. Let's start to really see how the dollar reacts off of this level. Again, we want to see a rejection of these highs. The euro did end up filling that wick now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our volume. Right, is volume helping us out or not? We did have a lot of buying volume as well, but the buying volume, guys, is noticeably starting to actually dry up. All right, buying volume is starting to dry up. I like to use the MACD when I'm looking at volume just to see momentum. You know, and this was the high of the volume right here. Right now, we created a lower high for volume, which could mean that the volume is starting to slow down. We'll continue to watch this. Right, I'm not just convinced over this. I want to see how we react and respond. Again, I would love to see maybe something like this, right? Start to build up, you know, a case for potential selling opportunities right now. We're on a smaller time frame, all right? So this could happen very quickly, by the way. We're on a 2-minute time frame right now. All right, this could happen very quickly. So we're going to be watching this, monitoring it, and seeing what we can actually go ahead and find from this overall. And yeah, you know, we'll just deal with whatever happens for sure. All right, let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat one time. Let's see thoughts. I could take a quick look at GU as well. Let's see what GU is doing. See GU. What is GU doing? I mean, even this looks like it might want to. See, GU looks bullish just because I think we're at the very least going to run these highs right here, right? I would think that GU has a very good chance of making its way up into this supply zone, right? So even GU as well, guys, is more so, in my opinion, leaning towards potential upside here, right? We have these highs up here as well, guys, that probably has a ton of liquidity above it. A ton of liquidity above those highs. All right, so if we are able to see a breakout out of here, you know, this could definitely possibly lead towards, you know, a move up to that level as well. Interesting. 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 Huh. Yeah, interesting, right? There could be an opportunity for the market if we were to react off of that level, guys. I don't know. I might be interested in some GU longs. If we were to actually go ahead and react off of this level and push back to the downside, I would be possibly interested in some GU longs right here. Yeah, that might be interesting. I'm gonna keep this one on my radar as well. Let me go ahead and set an alert. If we do come back below the range, we'll see. So it looks like the dollar is now at that key level. Let's see how we react off of here. Again, I'm not doing anything just yet. I'm sitting on my hands. Right now is more of a sit on your hands and wait type of approach right now, just to see how we do react off of these levels. All right, to see how we do react off of these levels, right? Sit on your hands. We're not in anything just yet. Being extremely patient, and we'll see if the market does give us an opportunity to go ahead and get involved. But for right now, we're still being patient. We have to expect at least the market to come back up into this level up here. At least that's what I'm doing. I want to expect the market to at least come back up into this range, up into this area of supply. And then off of that reaction could be very telling. The dollar, what's the dollar doing? So we're just now testing this level of structure. Let's see. What's gold doing? Yeah, gold, I don't know. I think gold is getting ready to fly. I really wanted gold to come down to the 1845 level. I really wanted gold to come to 1845. It still could, but you know, this reaction on the 1 hour might not make that thing work, right? You know, we're staying above this level of structure now. So let's see. Right, we're starting to build up trendline liquidity right here. I mean, we are on the 1 minute, 2 minute time frame. We are starting to build up some liquidity on this trend line. We also do have this smaller trend line as well. I would love to see something like this, man. Like, take these lows, come back up, take the highs. If we do break the highs and we break structure, that will be a buy opportunity. Right, that will be a buy opportunity, right? But let's just be patient here. Let's be patient here and see what the market gives us here. Let's see. I'm in a GU buy and GU and gold for the buy since last week and looking to ride them out for the week. That'll be interesting. Euro NZD and GB NZT for sales. I got NEN at 1.722. Cool. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. We'll go ahead and take a look at that right now. Let me just make sure I got everything that I need to have in place. Right? I want to make sure all of my alerts are in place. Let me go ahead and set this alert right here so I don't miss anything. We got our EU alert. Our gold alert is down here. I'm actually going to set an alert up here as well for gold. USD CAD, Euro, GJ. I want GJ to tank. I really do. Yeah, I still want GJ to go lower. I really do. We've been very choppy for the past week, though. Extremely choppy for the past week here on GJ, right? But I would love to see maybe a break of these lows and then the market rebound, and then we go ahead and we start looking for upside. So this is what I'm personally going to be looking here for GJ, right? I just want to stick with this momentum that we've been seeing overall. You know, we finally broke out of this range. This range has been, I mean, this has been a multi-month range right here, guys, right? So we've been just in this range for the past few months, and then we finally ended up breaking out to the upside. And I want to see that momentum continue here for GJ. But I want to see the market come into this 162,500 level first before we even start looking for any opportunities to go ahead and go long. Okay, let's see what EU's doing. Yeah, EU is just playing around this level. Cool. Cool. Let's go take a look at a few of the other ones you guys are talking about. So GBP NZD and Euro NZD. Let's take a look at Euro NZD first, since you guys are already in that. Let's see what we got here. Euro NZD. What we got here? What we got here for the Euro? Okay. So this has been very, very choppy market overall. I see what you guys are potentially playing. You know, you guys are playing off of this high up here, this supply zone. You know, if you're just playing off of just that very simple concept of it being a supply zone, you know, cool. You know, we did have a very strong reaction out of this level. You know, we do have this liquidity that's probably built up below this trend line as well that we could potentially target. So all that looks very interesting. Obviously, you guys are seeing some results, seeing some success right now in this opportunity. So that's pretty cool. You know, we did have the market fill, you know, this little bit of an imbalance. We came up, spiked above this wick right here. And that's what initially gave us that nice selling pressure. Let's see. I mean, if you guys, let me see what you guys got in at 1.722, 1.72250. So you're pretty much up at these highs, huh, Big Ed? That's a good entry, bro. That is a good entry that you got there. I mean, you're already in profit, what, maybe 40, 50 pips? All right, that is a nice entry up there. A nice reaction. I mean, yeah, I could see it happening, right? I could see it's definitely dropping here for these, you know, this pair. You know, at the very least, just come back down to these structure points down here at the 1.700 level. You know, I think that's very possible. The only thing that, I mean, it's not nothing throwing me off. Yeah, I mean, you can expect a reaction off of there for sure. All right, I will be selling that. All right, so Euro is in our area. Let's go take a look at the Euro again. Gold also crossed as well. So we are seeing a lot of momentum, guys. A lot of bearish weakness right now is picking up in the markets. Look at this. All right, so gold itself is also breaking out to the upside, which is very telling. I'm definitely expecting this to continue bullish at this point now. You know, I'm definitely expecting this to continue bullish for sure now at this point. You know, so let me go ahead and just remove that real quick. Yeah, I can see gold continuing. I can see gold continuing, right? So if we are able to potentially see maybe a move back down into these levels, right, we might be able to get an entry here, right? So let's see what the market does, guys, right? If we are able to come back down, you know, retest back down into structure, that could be interesting for sure. All right, that could be interesting for sure. What's the 5-minute candle looking like? Yeah, so we broke trend line liquidity. We did grab that liquidity right there on that trend line. Like I said, this just looks bullish, right? Which is what's causing me to really second guess or reconsider my EU setup, right? Because I initially wanted to see a reaction off of EU from these levels, but this is some momentum coming up into here. We're seeing some strong momentum coming up into these levels. And I'm not confident that the dollar must be dropping. Yeah, the dollar is absolutely tanking as well. Right? So at this point, now, based off what we're seeing, the dollar is most likely going to continue to possibly drop, at least for right now. You know, probably going to come down into this demand zone. Off of this demand zone, we'll be able to reanalyze and see what the market does off of there. But this thing looks like it actually might want to continue to drop. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, if we close like this on the 4-hour in the next 30 minutes, that's going to be interesting to see. I'm still on the sidelines, family. I didn't push no buttons just yet. I'm still on the sidelines. How long do you trade per day? I'm usually done trading maybe around 11 o'clock, right before noon over here in the East Coast. All right, so I'm usually out the markets usually by 11 o'clock just because I already got my positions in place, and then it's just more so of a patience game, just allowing it to actually play out. All right, so I probably trade maybe around 4 hours a day, 3 to 4 hours a day. Let's see, gold. All right, gold, what are you giving us here, gold? What are you giving us here, gold? What are you giving us here, gold? Let's see. What you giving us here, gold? What you giving us here, gold? Let's see. Let's be patient with this, family. All right, we're still very early in New York session. Still very early in New York session. Let's be patient with this. Yeah, gold looks bullish, man. I swear it does. Gold definitely looks bullish. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. I might be tempted to take this, family. Hold on. I might be tempted to take this. I ain't take it yet, but I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm gonna keep my eye on this. Again, these are super smaller time frames, by the way, right? We're playing off a 2 minute, 1 minute time frame. Just keep that in your mind. Keep that in mind. All right, so a lot more candlestick play can happen on these smaller time frames that we got to be mindful of. You can't just jump in just because of an engulfing or anything like that. Like, we actually have to get some type of real confirmation before we actually go ahead and truly jump in, right? Which is why I'm being very cautious right now. And I'm just chilling, right? I'm chilling right now. Let's see what the dollar's doing. The dollar is starting to rebound. Okay. I will say this, family, right? If the dollar does able to rebound and get back above this zone, then we might have a different play again. All right, let's see how the market reacts down here at the dollar. This supply zone was probably it for the euro too. Went right up into that zone. Yeah, see, now we're coming back inside of the range. If we do come back inside of the range, that would be interesting. Let's see. How are you guys feeling over there? How are you guys feeling, family? Let me see how you guys feeling. Any idea on NASDAQ? We could take a quick look at that. I'm going to set another alert. Set an alert for the dollar. If we get back above this range, man, then we'll see what happens. Gold is going to 1870, then dumping to 1670. Hold that bag, please. Let's see. Gold is going to 1870. I mean, that's what I wanted. Like, I really initially am looking for buys off of gold off of these levels. Just being very cautious, being very patient, because I do want to see higher pricing. Like, I would love to see gold, not just 1870, right? But I would love to see gold even come up to the 1890s level, right? So I'm with you. I do think that we are going to be bullish for gold. Now it's just a matter of finding that right entry. And I'm gonna be honest, like right where we're at now, guys, this could be an interesting level, especially if you feel comfortable. If you're comfortable enough to actually go ahead and use a wider stop, you know, put the stops below the range down here, below that low, then by all means, right, you can definitely go ahead and do what you do. I just really don't want to do that big of a stop loss personally. That's why I'm being more cautious, a lot more patient, because I would prefer to maybe have my stops a lot closer depending on how we react, you know. But if you do think that we are bullish, right, and you like this area of structure that we're playing off of, by all means, you know, you can definitely go ahead and pull that button. And then stop losses below the, you know, below the lows down here. You know, that's very possible. All right, that is very possible. Right. So in fact, let me see. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to put a very, very small position here on gold. I'm going to take a very small position. Like, I'm talking about extremely, extremely small position here on gold. All right. I'm only going to put 0.5%. I'm only going to be risking 0.5%, and I am going to be buying gold at this level, 0.5% though. All right. 0.5%. I'm not going crazy. All right. I'm literally going to be risking super small because I am going to run my stops below these lows. Now, if we do get what I really want to see, if we are able to fully rebound, then I'll possibly go ahead and add more onto it, right? Throw a much larger position. But just because where we're at is very interesting, like I'm going to risk 0.5% right now. Stops are going to be way below these lows, right? It's going to be a little bit of a wider stop. We're talking about a 40 pip stop. So, you know, again, only 0.5% I'm going to be risking on this, and we'll see how this plays out. Now, once I get more confirmation that we are going to be going bullish, then I'll go ahead and I'll add more to it. All right, like if we're able to go ahead and possibly rebound back above, then I'll go ahead and probably add more to it overall. But for now, you know, I'll risk 0.5%, something very, very small that where it really doesn't bother me at all, the outcome of it, and then I'll continue to monitor it, right? Because what I don't want to happen is I'm just being too patient, and then this thing just starts flying, and then I have nothing on the radar, right? So that's gonna be Yeah, that's going to be something I'm trying to avoid, right? So I do have a 0.5%, not even a full percent I'm risking on this. A 0.5%. This is going to be my first stab at the markets, right? It's going to be my first stab at gold right here, okay? My first stab at gold, 0.5%. And then if we get more confirmation, then I'll go ahead and throw, you know, either another 1.5% onto it, or I just might continue to scale more into it. All right, but I'm in 0.5%. Very, very small risk. Let's see what else we got here. AUD USD, I'm long TP. I'll take a look at that in a second. Good morning, Abel. I have a question. You being a father, do you feel like it's hard to implement hardship on your kids same way you had it when you were coming up? I think nowadays in general, right? Like in general, you know, the times are completely different nowadays, right? You know, how I was raised and how my parents brought me up. Like, they were super strict, right? Although I'm very strict as well, and as parents, we have to be strict. You know, being strict nowadays is completely different than being strict, you know, 20, 30 years ago, all right? And just the times are different too. You know, my situation is a lot different than what my parents had, right? My parents were, you know, absolutely struggling, right? I was born and raised in Schenectady, New York, right? Like, if you guys know all about upstate New York, like, this is not the best area to be raised in, right? Especially in the 90s and early 2000s. You know, this is my hometown right here, right? Schenectady, New York. Shout out to the 518. Appreciate y'all. And yeah, it's not the best. You know, it's not the best city, right? So overall, you know, me being raised in this area can pretty much give you an insight as to how well off my parents were, right? They were not the richest people whatsoever. You know, I wouldn't even consider them middle class, right? They were definitely more on the lower tier side of things, right? So, you know, what I experienced as well growing up is a lot different than what my kids are going to experience, right? Because I'm doing, you know, pretty good for myself, right? You know, I've been, and I'll put it like this, right? Where I'm at now at my age, I'm making pretty much triple of what my dad was making when he was my age, right? And when he had kids, right? So it's a lot different as well situation, because I'm not doing as bad as they were, you can say, right? Now, my parents are phenomenal, right? I love my parents to death, you know, but it's, you know, you're raised different when you're in certain, you know, in certain circumstances, right? It's a little hard to say, but you guys should understand what I'm saying, right? So yeah, you know, it is a little bit different, you know, but my kids are, thank God, you know, very well behaved, very well mannered, and that's just because of how I'm raising them. You know, I'm giving them the option to actually, you know, have their own opinions. Growing up, I never had my own opinion, right? My parents told me what it was, and I could never talk back to them, never do this or that. Well, my kids, you know, they have the right to actually go ahead and freely speak their opinions, right? Now, I give them that right. I want them to be able to be open, right? I want them to be able to communicate with me, right? I want that line of communication with my children to always be available, you know, just because I don't want them to completely be shut out, right? So it is a lot different than when I was growing up, than how my kids are growing up, all right? So yeah. Let's see. Feeling good, fan. Phase one of my prop passed in the day. Let's go, Dom. Big shout out to you, Dom. Let's go, family. Family. Go ahead and just drop a congratulations to that boy, Dom. You know, he passed phase one of his prop firm challenge. Let's go. I love to see it, Dom. Appreciate you, bro. I'm not surprised though. You know, you always been, you know, one of the best students, and always been definitely somebody that been going crazy. Decent volatility considering Powell speaking tomorrow. Yeah, it is. I mean, we really haven't really seen much, right? We've been very choppy pretty much all morning since the start of the New York session. It's been extremely, extremely choppy. Really not getting too much overall. But yeah, we'll see. Let's go see what the dollar is doing. The dollar is pretty much staying below this level of structure, guys. If the dollar does continue to stay below structure right here and come to this demand, then that could definitely help out this gold idea that I'm in. Right, that could definitely continue to help out what I'm looking here for gold. So yeah, you know, I want, just for the case of my setup, for the case of my trade, I really want the dollar to continue to drop. Right, for the case of what I'm looking here for gold, I want that to drop. What is EURUSD doing? Euro is also flying. I'm kind of glad that we did not actually end up taking that sell that I was initially looking for, and I utilized gold to help me out with that, by the way. Like, gold is what really told me to look for more dollar weakness overall. And yeah, so it looks good though. It looks good. All right, I think gold should start to follow very, very soon here. All right, I think gold should start to follow very, very soon here. Right, even on the 1 hour time frame, guys, right, all we're doing right now, it looks like we're just coming to retest this, you know, this order block right here to then go ahead and go bullish for gold. So that is very interesting. I really like how that looks. Now we got to see if this actually holds and see if we can continue. USD CAD with the tank. Look at this. All right, shout out to those of you guys that were looking at those sells for UCAD, right? I said it wasn't something that I was interested in. But I know some of you guys were actually looking at this short right here for UCAD, and this thing is definitely doing its thing, right? So if you guys did take that, you know, shout out to you. Again, I said I wasn't personally interested because of where it's at. I like to pay the extremes more than anything, but, you know, it did give you guys a nice reaction for sure. Let's see, the euro just ended up spiking above these highs. Let's see how that ends up playing out. The dollar, nice strong push lower. Now look at this reaction. Interesting. Let's see how that plays out. Let's see how the dollar plays out, guys, right? Remember what I said. If the dollar, for whatever reason, is able to retake this level, then I'm probably going to be expecting more bullishness to continue today. All right. If we're able to retake this level above the 104.5, then yeah, I might end up going ahead and going bullish dollar, right? But we're going to see what the market gives us overall. All right, we're going to go ahead and let the market do what it does and let that play out, though. Right, the only position that I am in right now is this gold. I put literally a very extremely small position on this. I'm only risking 0.5%, not even a full percent on this. All right, not even a full percent. This is more so something that I would consider a high risk type of trade. You know, that's why I only risked 0.5%. All right, so I am technically in this, risking 0.5% in total. And we'll see how this plays out. But this is the only trade that I'm currently in right now is this gold. Let's see what else we got here. Then, believe it or not, Abel had a good hand on why I trade, how I trade from back in the IM days. That's why it's cool to see he's still giving gems. Yeah, big shout out to you, Dom. You have been, you know, you've been around for a while, Dom, bro. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not. Let's see, I do believe it's seen a difference in my trading just by tuning in. Do you think my resistance is too strong or just wait? What resistance level were you talking about, TW? Did I miss your comment somewhere? Let me see. Did I miss your comment somewhere? What resistance you talking about? Hello, Abel. Just wanted to say hi from the UK. Really appreciate your stream. What's going on, Chase? I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're getting some value. Been scalping on GJ, made my target percent gain for the day. Love your stream. Let's go, Asif. That's amazing. All right, I love it. Right now, are you done for the day, Asif? Are you done? All right, did you close your MT4? Or are you still now trying to get some more? All right, because if your target percent gain for the day is done, then yeah, you know, it's more so time to go ahead and close that MT4 and or MT5 and just call it a day for sure. Right? Just don't get too excited. Right? That's what a lot of traders do. You know, they hit their targets. And then they continue to see a lot more opportunities, and now they're trying to, you know, add a lot more and make more than what they're supposed to be making. Let's see. Time management is underrated skill, 100%. Are you in gold? Hello, by the way. Yes, I am, Sayux. I definitely am in gold right now. We're going to see how this plays out. Again, just full transparency, I have a very small position open on gold. Very small, only risking 0.5%. Just because it's really not the best. I mean, it's a good looking setup, right? But overall, I'll feel a lot more confidence once we, you know, are able to retake back above this 1852. Then I'll go ahead and add more to it, right? But I am in this position right now, 0.5% risk, and we'll see what happens. I don't know how that plays out. From your experience, would you say educating people is a different thing to do, and what's the benefits you've seen from doing it? Because I had old friends reaching out, but I don't feel like I'm good at teaching people. I will say this, right? If you're actively trading, like what I'm doing right now, right? Like if we're actively trying to trade and I'm trying to educate while find trades ideas, right, that you guys can take with me, it is definitely very hard to do. Just because now you have to take into consideration of the fact that if you call out a trade idea, everybody that's watching you is probably going to take that as well, right? And there's always a chance of winning and losing, guys, right? The trading, like you're never going to be 100% accurate, right? There's always going to be chances where you take wins and losses. So from that standpoint, it is very difficult to do, and that could really hinder your own mindset and hinder your own ability to actually accurately take trades. Now, if you're just teaching, by all means, definitely do that, right? Because you actually learn a lot more from simply teaching. Okay, you learn a lot more from actually teaching people what you currently know. I promise you, you will, right? Me becoming an educator 4 years ago, right? Me teaching for the past 4 or 5 years has allowed me to really grow as a trader. Why? Because there's so many questions that, you know, we get on a daily basis that kind of forces us to continue to sharpen our sword, right? You know, as an educator, right? Again, calling out signals is a completely different ballgame, and I don't recommend anybody to do it unless you have experience. But educating, hell yeah. Eric, I could tell you right now, Eric, you have more than enough knowledge to start teaching what you currently know. Okay? Now, I think a big issue that a lot of people have, especially those that want to teach but are more scared, they look at their own results and they're saying, oh man, I'm not even profitable just yet, right? And yeah, I get that 100%. If you're not profitable just yet yourself, or if you don't have some type of consistency, then you might want to just focus on yourself, right? But if you have some consistency, if you know that you know what you're doing, if you've seen some results, then teach people what you already know, right? Even the basics of Forex can amaze people that have never looked at it before, right? You teaching, you know, the concept of market structure can really change the game for a lot of people. That's like one of the first lessons that I always go to, right? If you go back to my YouTube channel, what is the first thing that I've actually taught? All right, like if we go back to my YouTube channel, all right, to the actual channel itself, and you go back to like my oldest video, from 5 years ago, look at this, right? My oldest video from 5 years ago was me just breaking down the basics, right? Me just talking about market structure, right? You guys all on this call can teach on market structure, all right? Every single one of you guys on this call can come on here and just break down what market structure is, right? This is from 5 years ago, guys. 5 years ago, right? It's one of my first YouTube videos that I ever made. And you guys can teach stuff like this, right? So don't stop yourself from teaching just because you don't feel confidence from it, because that's going to help you ultimately grow. I've learned a lot more from teaching than anything, right? I've learned a lot from trading from teaching, right? It could definitely help you out tremendously. All right, let's see. What's a better calculator than Baby Pips and the one on the economic calendar? One like mask markets. Man, I've been trying to find one, man, that's been as good as Nash Markets, because Nash Markets really did have a really good, you know, position size calculator. It's just theirs just don't be working no more, and I think they actually got rid of it as well because it wasn't working neither. Yeah, like you can only download it on the actual phone now, right? But this, man, this was dope. This was definitely one of my favorite calculators just because of what it did. And yeah, we haven't had the ability to do it on desktop, unfortunately. All right, let's see what we got here. Do we actually have it? Yeah, nah, it doesn't even. You have to do it on your phone. So you can still bring it up on your phone if you do have your phone overall, though. But yeah, it's not on desktop no more. But yeah, Nash Market was the best. Besides Nash Markets, MyFXBook has a pretty good calculator as well. All right, MyFXBook has a ton of different calculators, actually. Like, I'm talking about a bunch of different of them. The position size calculator is the one that you're probably looking for. The only thing about this, guys, is that it doesn't have indices. So anybody that's trying to figure out how to, you know, calculate indices, this is not going to be in your favor at all. But just so you guys can see how this actually works, let's just say we're looking at gold, just because that's the trade that we're in. You know, let's say we have $1,000 in our account. You know, we're trying to risk 1% on this. You know, our stop loss is going to be around 30 pips. You can go ahead and calculate it, and it'll tell you exactly what your lot size is supposed to be, you know, while trading gold. So we could throw a 0.33 lot size on here. So yeah, that's what we can do. As a matter of fact, I think that was incorrect. Let me actually do this again. 1%, 30 pip stop. So be a 0.03 lot size actually, right? 0.03 lot size based off these perimeters. Risking 1%, which is 10 bucks. Right? We'll be trading 3,333 units. That gives us a 0.03 lot size for those perimeters. So that's one that we use. We did have one with the Profit Society as well. But it was, I don't know, it was very buggy in my opinion. So we're actually in the process of getting one developed for everybody. We still technically have it up there, right? For anybody that's interested, we do have one here on the Profit Society, right? Our actual website. But it's, you know, at times it does get buggy, unfortunately, right? And that it just annoys the hell out of me, right? Like absolutely annoys the hell out of me, like absolutely. All right, so that's why I just, you know, I don't even use it myself right now. But yeah, you know, it is there, right? It is there. In case you guys wanted to use that as well. Let's see. Abel, because of you, I am inspired to rise up, educate my Latino community about this beautiful industry. Man, shout out to my guy Christian, bro. I appreciate you so much, bro. You know, I still want to make my way out there to Chicago, and go ahead and vibe out with the Chicago family. It's been a long time coming, and let's make that happen this year, bro. Let's make that happen this year. All right, let's make it happen this year, family, where we actually go ahead and link up out there in wherever, right? It doesn't have to be Chicago. But let's make it happen, bro. Cause it's been a long time coming for sure. All right, let's see. Let's see if ETH can continue somewhat bullish. Yeah, cryptos. I need cryptos to fly, man. I'm literally buying cryptos every single week, by the way. Right, like I'm buying cryptos weekly. Right, that is my motto. Buy crypto weekly. Every single week, I'm purchasing, guys, crypto every single week, right? A couple $100 every single week. $200-300 is going into my wallet. It's going into my portfolio. Just because I'm preparing myself for 2024. Right now, me buying weekly does not mean that I think the crypto market is just gonna fly right away, because I don't think it's gonna just start to fly. I do see possibly even some more selling off of the crypto market overall, but I'm very much bullish 2024. Right, so I don't care what price points is at now. Right, like I really do not care what cryptos are at in terms of price. I don't care what price Bitcoin is at right now. I'm buying every single week. I don't care about what price point ETH is at right now. Right, I don't care about what price point Polkadot is at. I don't care about what price point, you know, Solana's at. I don't care about what price point any of these crypto markets are at. Right, especially the ones that I'm holding. I'm just buying. No questions asked. Why? Because 2024, when the bull market does come back, I'm going to have so many cryptos in my portfolio. I'm going to have so much that I've been accumulating for this entire year that 2024 is going to be such a phenomenal year that I'm going to be able to buy Island or something, right? Like like, that's what I want right there. All right. Like I want an island, right? Like I want, like, obviously I don't really want an island, right? But you guys get where I'm getting. Like I'm trying to accumulate so much right now that by next bull run in 2024, that we just turn and we make millions and millions of dollars in profit, right? So I don't care about what the price of cryptocurrencies are right now. I really don't. I'm just buying no matter what they are. So if price goes up, I'm still buying. If price drops, I'm still buying. All right. Let's see. It's more of a psychological thing. Let's see. I mean, I'm profitable. My only issue is more of time and stress. If anything, I would rather just send them over to you just because you have more experience with educating people from the start. Teaching somebody new is difficult. You know that for a fact. It really is, right? It's more of a psychological thing, not charts. You're 100% right. Right? You're 100% right. Like, you got to have patience. You know, shout out to my boy Skaggs, right? But Skaggs absolutely hates teaching new traders. Like, he hates it with a passion, right? And it's just because he just doesn't have any type of interest in teaching what a pip is and basic stuff like that whatsoever. Where for me, I mean, that's pretty much how I really started, you know, educating, right? You know, when I was a part of, you know, my previous platform, my previous company that I was hired to teach, I was the basics guy, right? Like I was there to teach the basics and only the basics, right? So that's pretty much why I have a lot of patience when it comes to teaching the basics, because I know what it takes. I know trading is a whole new language for a lot of traders, right? So it's going to involve a lot of patience overall. But yeah, you know, it is a mindset thing. It could get very frustrating as well, you know, when they don't see what you see right away. But, you know, it's because you have a lot more experience than they do. Let's see. Rumor is KOT Forex and Hugo's Way might be shutting down. Is that true? I mean, that's a rumor that's going. You guys want to know why a lot of people are promoting this now? All right, it's because of this right here, right? The Great Islands of the St. Vincent Grenadines, right? This news article right here, which is actually from, like, if you actually go to the actual government website, like this island, guys, which is an island that a lot of brokers utilize to actually go ahead and set up. You know, they're actually forcing brokers now to actually become regulated. All right, so let me actually go right to the actual website, right? So you guys can see, like, it's literally on their actual government website. Let's see what we got. Let me see if I can go to the actual website. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Oh, we have an alert. GU is crossing. I'll go back to that in a second. All right, where is the alert? Is it right here? Let's see. Yeah, so like they literally have it on their actual website, pretty much telling everybody, right, that if you are a broker and you're utilizing us as your home base, you need to be regulated. All right, that's literally what it is saying. All right, and that's what's causing a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now for a lot of traders. All right, because obviously, or for a lot of brokers. Because obviously most of these brokers, guys, are not, look at this. All right, like this is actually on their actual financial website here, right? Unlicensed Forex binary options. Please be advised that Forex trading brokerage activities are not licensed. All right, and this is what's causing all of that, you know, uprising in terms of everybody saying, oh man, all these brokers are going to shut down, blah, blah, blah. I personally think, if you guys want me to be honest about this, I think the people that are really spreading this more than anybody else are simply the ones that are going to benefit from this, aka other brokers that want the customer base of a KOT, of a Hugo's Way, of a lot of these brokers. Right now, obviously, we do have to be mindful of this stuff, because obviously, if you know their actual financial service authorities are saying that they're going to shut you guys down, and yeah, you want to be out of any broker that is obviously stationed in that island or in the islands of St. Vincent Grenadines. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's more of a marketing thing that a lot of these other brokers are trying to take advantage of now. I could be wrong though. How do you calculate indices, right? So indices are calculated in terms of points, right? So if you do not have a calculator that calculates in points instead of pips, it's going to be very hard for you to actually go ahead and calculate, you know, indices overall, right? But indices calculates in terms of points. All right, so let's see what we got here, guys, for gold. Gold is finally back, making some type of movements, nothing too crazy, right? Making some type of movements here. Again, this is the only position that I'm currently in right now, guys. Is this gold buy, right? It's the only thing that I'm currently in right now. Gold buy at all, right? Gold buy. It's the only thing that I'm currently in right now. As of right now, it's looking like we're holding strong here. All right, again, I did put a very small position. I'm only risking 0.5% here, so nothing too crazy. But this is the only thing that I'm currently in right now. Let's see. I've been hearing about it from other trading, but I'll be doing my research later. Let's see. Hold strong, Abel. Me too. All in my ledger. I say from now to 2025, we can see making 100%, or 100%, right? Like again, and this is not financial advice, by the way, from a crypto's perspective, right? Because I don't need none of y'all going ahead and doing nothing crazy.
Taking the kids to school.
Huh?
Taking the kids to school.
You want my card?
You want?
Hell yeah. Give me 1 second, family. All right. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Let's see. Hi, but I remember you saying you'd like to grow your YouTube channel. Would you come on more than you do now? I used to come on pretty much every single Asian session, right? Like I was faithfully doing Asian session streams for pretty much all of last year, right? Which really got my YouTube channel at least some type of momentum again. But now since I launched my premium community, you know, the Prophet Society premium community, you know, a lot of my focus is for all of my students that are inside of this platform right here, you know, the premium community itself. You know, we offer a lot of different things with, you know, 5 live trade rooms, 3 educational sessions, 2 master classes, student performance. Like we do a lot for our community as a whole. So this is where a lot of my focus is, to be honest with you guys, right? Now I do plan on eventually doing some Asian session streams for you guys once again. All right, so I will eventually do that, you know, do some Asian session for you guys again here on YouTube. But doing New York session, you guys would probably only get me either on a Monday or a Friday, because Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the prime trading sessions of the week, I am trading with the Prophet Society community overall. All right, so I really can't promise anything about that, unfortunately. Let's see. I got a crypto trading account. My lowest position I got on ETH 1377 and Bitcoin. Nice, definitely hold that. Swap fees ain't no show, of course not. It's definitely not. Let's see. New traders looking for stress that's not garbage. Doppel Willis on YouTube. New traders that's looking for stress that's not garbage. I have no idea who Doppel Willis is. No clue who Doppel Willis is. That name is hilarious, by the way. Doppel Willis. Manny and Abel were the best basics on IM. I stuck with Abel and wound up in D-Lo because of him. Shout out to everybody that's a part of that for sure. Y'all are some savages. Let's see. I doubt it, honestly. They're making too much money. Brokers, they can easily find a way around it. That is true. That is true. Let's see. Abel, you passing the we all want Starbucks too. Oh, man. Listen, man. Every morning, if you guys think I got energy, now wait till my wife comes back from dropping off the kids at school and she comes back with a fat of nice venti caramel ribbon crunch. Like, I'm gonna be off the wall. And then we really gonna start to turn up. I can't wait. Let's see. GJ. Yeah, we could take a look at GJ. So gold is just playing around at these levels, guys. We'll see how that goes. GJ, what are we doing? So I do want GJ, guys, to continue to drop. I'm very interested in GJ around these lows at around 162.500. I'll start looking for some buys. But from where we're currently at now, I think we're just going to continue to sell off, in my opinion. But yeah, you know, I am looking for the long position though here on GJ, right? So I'm being very patient, you know, seeing what the market gives us. And we'll take advantage of it when it does get to that level, right? But until it gets down to here, this 162.500. I'm chilling on the sidelines for GJ, right? I'm not gonna jump in right away. All right, so that's pretty much what we're looking at for GJ. I'm still very much bullish. I just needed to drop some more. Again, the only thing I'm currently in still, guys, is this gold, right? I'm just chilling right now. You know, we're being patient with this. You know, the market is about to open up. At least the stock market is about to open up in about 25 minutes. Then we got the 10 o'clock candle to possibly give us some more volatility, and more volume. So we'll go ahead and see how the market reacts over that. Let's see. Abel, why do you not try to make your money from trading and not be a guru who's only half? I don't know. You tell me, Gum Clan. You tell me, bro. You tell me. All right, why not? Why not make money from trading and make money for educating? Every streamer said my students. I'm not sure what you mean by that, A4. That boy pulled out the Amex. Don't play with him. There's actually JP Morgan private card you only get if you're invited. Kind of similar to the black card. Amex Unlimited just shows there's levels. Yeah, there really is levels. Like there actually is. Or I actually got. I'm not even gonna do it. Right. I was about to start flexing a little bit, but that's not me. Right. Yeah. You know, I do got a couple Amex cards for sure. But yeah, there is definitely different levels when it even comes to American Express cards, right? The Platinums, there's different versions of Platinums that 100%. There's a lot of different levels too. I see, man, send me that recipe. Hey, can I share some charts here? I mean, if it allows you, I don't think you're able to send links, to be honest with you. Let's see, guys, sound like you blowing your account and coming hating. Listen, family, you guys know about me, man. Listen, I encourage everybody, all right, to speak their piece. You know, even Gum Clan, all right? You know, Christian, I appreciate you looking out, bro, and deleting those messages, bro. But if he really feels that way, bro, then by all means, let him keep his messages up there. You guys know me. You know, I don't shy away from criticism. I encourage it. All right. If you really feel that way so strongly about it, then by all means keep on staying on the stream. You know, and let me change your mind about things. All right. Let me be the one to change your perspective on what you think I can do. Right. Because I've been in this game so long, family. I've been training for 8 years now. Right. I done taught thousands and thousands of students. Like I'm talking about worldwide. Right. Like I'm talking about worldwide. I've taught students, guys. So I done heard everything from everything. I promise you, there's not one thing that somebody can tell me or call me that I have not heard before. There's just not, right? I've done been around the parks for too long, right? I've been in this space for enough time to really, you know, see that people just speak just to speak. You know, it is what it is, you know, and I encourage people to speak, man. Like, if you really feel so strongly about certain things, then, hey, speak your mind. Speak your mind. Do your thing. Right, because the thing that's going to do, and this is why I don't really care, is because, like, what you're saying, that's not going to affect my bank account. Like, it's not going to affect me, period. Right? Like, at all. But I'm not the type that wants to censor people neither. If they want to speak their mind, then by all means, go ahead, man. This is a free platform anyways. Like, you can't come on YouTube. And this is for any streamer. You cannot come on YouTube. Right? You cannot come on YouTube and not expect to get hate. That's a part of the game. Right? That's just a part. It comes with it. It just comes with the game. Right? So I encourage it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to get me off my game. That's not going to make me start feeling no way. No. I'll be honest, right? Like, if you ain't got no haters, you not popping, family. If you do not have people that are trying to hate on you, that are trying to shut you down in life, then you're not doing enough anyways. Like, that's just what it is. Right? Like, I'm just being honest with y'all. You know, I done put so much time into this industry, man. It's crazy, right? I mean, look at this, right? Like, I really do this, right? Like, I don't know. Let me see if you guys can see this real quick. All right, let me see if you guys can see this. Hold on, I want to show y'all something, right? I want to show y'all, right? Because just so you guys can know, like, this is nothing new to me. All right, I've been in this space long enough. Or I've been in this space long enough to really, you know, understand people's intentions and understand pretty much what, how this pretty much industry works. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Oh man. And again, like I have to say, for those of you guys that eventually want to start streaming, be ready for the hate. There's no way around it. We're talking about a free platform. So it is what it is, right? But I will tell you guys, let me show you guys this though, right? Just for anybody that is possibly new to my streams, right? For anybody that is possibly new to my streams, let me show y'all a little bit about what I've done in this space so far, right? I've been able to teach thousands and thousands of people, right? I've been able to break down thousands and thousands of charts, right? Look at here, this event right here, guys, I've been in, this was about 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago. This was me, you know, teaching live in front of thousands. Okay, there was like 1,000, almost 1,500 people in this event. 1,500 people live in real time. Okay, let's see. We have here this event, Trinidad and Tobago, right? Overseas, Trinidad and Tobago. Again, there was 3,000 people in this event. 3,000. Right? Big boy. Okay? I mean, I could bring up so many pictures, right? Look at this. Thousands in this event. I could just continue to bring up so many different pictures, guys, of what I've been able to do. Here's an event in Atlanta. Atlanta event. There was 2,000 people at this event in Atlanta. All right? So when people come on and hate, family, again, like, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Why? Because we've been doing this for a while now. You know, this is nothing new to us. This is nothing new whatsoever to us, family, right? You know, so it is what it is. That's why I encourage people to talk their talk. You know, this event right here, you know, was in Jersey, right? An event in Jersey. There was probably like 300-400 people at this event here in Jersey. So, you know, I'm only showing this, guys, not to try to brag, but just showing you guys that I really don't care, man. I've been in this space long enough. I've been doing my thing for the past, you know, 8 years, and I've been teaching for the past 5. So trust me, I've done heard everything from under the sun. Like, you guys want to know the truth about it? Obviously, when I first started teaching, it used to affect the hell out of me. Like, it used to really bother me when people used to call me scammer, when they used to call me this, they used to call me that. Like, it used to bother the hell out of me, right? Especially when it used to come from the people in my hometown, right? In fact, there's nobody on the internet that I've never met a day in my life that can hurt my feelings more than the people I actually grew up with. Because they were the biggest haters of them all. The people that actually knew me were the biggest haters of them all. So if I was able to withstand the people that actually knew who I was, knew where I came from, there's not a damn thing a hater online can tell me. There's not a damn thing somebody that just made a YouTube page just to go ahead and... It's not a damn thing that they could tell me, guys, that's going to hurt my feelings. I promise you. I just promise you. Right, so that's why I encourage it, man. Like I said, I went on that little rant just to show y'all, like, it is what it is, family. It comes with the territory, man. So please, any of my mods, Christian, I appreciate you, bro. But just let those comments stay, bro. We don't need to delete no comments this way. We got nothing to hide, and we got nothing to prove to anybody either, bro. Let's see what else we got here now. Abel, you're too respectful for us to let somebody else disrespect you. I'm green like Eric. That's love, man. But let them go, man. Let them speak their mind, man. Abel, I know you can't give tax advice, but I'm curious. Do you run your profits through an LLC and then pay yourself, right? So yeah, 100% I do. Honestly, that's the best way to do it. I don't even consider you a professional trader until you actually do run things that way, right? Because professional traders understand the importance of running your profits through an LLC. Like all of my broker accounts, family, whether they're regulated or unregulated, they are all through my LLC. So 100%, that's just the smartest way to do it. Just because you don't want to be paying 30% of what you made. Imagine you made $100,000 profit trading, and now you got to pay $30,000 to the IRS. Hell no. Hell no. All right, we're gonna owe something to the IRS, but they're not getting 30% out of me. Hell no. Right. So yeah, that's just the smartest way to do it. So you have a new academy platform. I'd love to join if so. Yeah, so the platform that I personally own now is called the Profit Society. It is myself and 3 other traders. We have this community that I think is one of the best communities so far. We're growing pretty strong. We just launched about a month and a half ago. We just launched. And yeah, everything is looking good. We do live streams every single Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We also do live fundamental Fridays. I'll show you guys, our actual schedule, right? So we have a bunch of live streams that we've hosted, right? A bunch of tradings that we've hosted. We also have, a weekly schedule, right? That is absolutely amazing. The weekly schedule, guys, where we have, live sessions Monday through Friday, or Tuesday through Thursday. We have live trading sessions in New York. We have Mindset Mondays. We have Technical Tuesdays. We have Fundamental Fridays. We have weekly review Saturdays. So we have a ton of calls for anybody that is a part of the community, right? So you guys can do that and, get access to that. Let's see. How do you know Dapper Willis? You need to look up. I don't need to look up anybody at all. Abel, you're the most humblest person, like real respect for you. You don't want to learn how to trade better? I'm here to help. Listen, Gum, bro, if you want, bro, how about we do this, man? I love putting people in position. How about we do this, Gum? How about you message me on Instagram, right? And I'm talking to you, Gum. Message me on Instagram, and let's set up a call one of these days, and let's get me and you on a call, right? Me and you can go on a call, right? Just me and you, not nobody else that you're trying to talk about. I don't care about getting on a call with whoever the hell you're trying to Dapple Willis, whoever the hell that is. I want me and you to get on a call, and while we're on this call, let's go ahead and teach the people together. Right? If you really feel like you know a lot, then come on. I'll give you a platform. I'll put you in position. It's no problem for me. Right? Let's get you on a call. Let's get you actually educating the masses. Let's get you calling out live trades. Let's actually go ahead and compare our accounts too, even though I don't really ever care about comparing trading accounts, but let's even compare trading accounts together. We can do that. We don't have to do that live, but me and you privately. Let's go ahead and compare trading accounts and let's see who's been doing better. We can go that route. I'm fine with that. Family in the chat, are you guys open to that? Family in the chat, would you guys be open to that? Right? Would you guys be open to me and Mr. Gum over here doing a live call together and seeing how he does? Because I'm down for that. Right? I'm always down to do that. Right? Because I want to give people, if you really feel like you're good, bro, then let's get you in position, man. Let's get you the platform. As long as you know, keep it respectful on the platform, we could rock out and do it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Let's see what else we got here. Shoot the hate gonna bring more views, so tell them run it up. Yeah, that's why I don't care. You know, either way, any comment that they put, it definitely helps out with the algorithm. So I appreciate you. I was in IML for years. I learned everything from, and I could vouch you're the most respectful guy ever. I did IML with Abel. He's solid as hell. I appreciate that. We missed you. Photoshop, right? That's what they would say, Thomas, right? It's all Photoshop. You are the man for sure. You've been around a lot of successful traders who have been doing it for years. From your experience, what would you say they all have in common? That's a great question, by the way, right? So I would say this, right? The people that I feel like are the most successful traders that I personally know are the ones that are usually the ones that stay in student mode, right? They don't ever feel like they're at a point where they can get stagnant, right? Or they can get inconsistent, right? The traders that I know that are still doing millions and millions of dollars trading profits, they're probably the biggest students out of anybody that I know, right? Like every single day, they're still showing up, they're still participating, they're still doing their things, they're still tracking their trades, they're still documenting their trades, they're still journaling, they're still doing a lot, right? All the stuff that got them to where they're at, they're still doing it. Right, they're still growing every single day, right? So I think the biggest thing that we can take from that is just make sure that we're continuously staying in student mode, right? We're continue to grow, right? We never get to a point where we feel like we know too much. The moment that you feel like you know enough, that's when ignorance is going to start to set in on you, right? So the biggest traders that I know, the best traders that I know are the ones that are also still learning every single day. And that's what I do as well, right? I try to learn every single day, right? So if some of you guys in the chat, if somebody was to, throw something in the chat that I did not know, right? Like if you guys asked the questions on something that I did not know about it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go learn about it, right? I'm going to take my time to actually go ahead and study up on it because you never know. That could be something that, takes my arsenal up to the next level. Right, so yeah. Let's see, William just coming out. Who's in God's name is going to waste precious talking? I appreciate you, Maria. Abel is here. Literally, his students' results speak for itself. Yeah, that's all. I don't even care, man. I was at that event when you came to Trinidad. Stay blessed. I'm loving your live YouTube sessions. Checking in to send my love. I appreciate that, Charissa. Thank you so much. Let's see. Thank you, brother. A lot of love from South Africa. I appreciate you as well. Just want to say Abel taught me the basics I am. And I rocking with him since he leave I am. I believe in that dealer platform. I believe in Abel. First boot camp I was in. I appreciate you, Warren. How much is it? How much is what? How much is what? Let's see. EU and GU. Shout out to my guy Jude. Right. So again, family, the only trade that I'm currently in right now is this gold. As of right now, it did rebound for us and it's doing really, really good. All right. So right now we're in really good shape right here for gold. We are in profit about almost 20 pips, just shy of 20 pips. We're in profit so far. Around 18 pips of profit on gold. That's the only trade that I'm currently in right now. Let's go take a look at EU for my guy Jude. EU is actually moving. I'm actually pretty glad that I did end up taking out that sell position that I was initially looking for thanks to gold. I believe EU can obviously continue to go higher. I would love to see us come up to these highs now, retest back up to all of these. I would really think that at this point, guys, we're probably going to get up into this area of supply up here for EU. So I would just continue to buy it up. If anything, just continue looking for opportunities to buy. Maybe if we are able to see price pull back down, back into this range, that can give you an opportunity to go ahead and go long on it. So that one looks good. GBP USD. GBP USD is right at that area I was interested for buys, guys, right? So we are getting into this level here for GU. All right, this is what I was talking to you guys about earlier. All right, we are now in that level for GU. All right, and it's interesting though, right? The euro has been moving, right, non-stop. But yet GU has been very, very hesitant to actually move, right? So that's interesting to see, right? But we are at the level now where I think there could be a chance for, this thing to actually rebound and make its way to the upside, right? I would love to target all the way back up to these highs, grab all this liquidity that's above these equal highs up here. So yeah, you know, I think GU does have a very good chance to make its way up to the upside, guys. So if you guys are not in the trade just yet, you know, keep your eye on that GU. It literally got right to where we wanted to get to, and it looks very interesting. Let's see. You're the only one who could reply to hate and change. Listen, man, I just know how to deal with the hate at the end of the day now. Let's see. Bet when. Let's go. I mean, send me a message. Send me a message. Let's do it. Right, let's do it. We're not gonna do it today, but we could do it on Friday. Right, me and you. I mean, I'll create a flyer and everything. Now we can get a flyer made and everything, Gum, for Friday. All right, let's get a flyer made, man. Me and you on a live stream. You know, we each just go ahead and we look at setups, look at opportunities, and we'll go from there. Now, I will say this though, Gum, and I know I speak this for myself. You can tell who's actually knowledgeable in trading the moment they open their mouth. The moment they start actually, you know, doing technical analysis, the moment they start talking about fundamental analysis, you can tell. Like, I can tell if somebody is actually doing their thing by simply having a conversation with them. All right, so I'm just saying, let's set it up for Friday, man. I want to get a flyer made and everything. We'll get a flyer made and everything, bro. And we could really promote this thing. That'll be fire. That'll be absolutely fire. Let's get it. Let's see, Abel, you're just giving him the attention he needs. I wouldn't even entertain, like you said. You ain't nothing to prove. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, student, I want to show the chat some jewels. Yeah, I mean, we could definitely do that. I never said I didn't believe in you. Let's hop in the call. I mean, listen, man. Agree. I've also known the people who are doing it, they're not bragging about their profits. I barely see you show off or anything. You just low-key same thing. Yeah, bro, I mean, there was a phase, though. All right, I'll be honest with y'all. All right, you know, 3 years ago, when I really started to see money trading, like 2017, 2018, guys, it was probably my my year in trading that really just changed everything for me. All right, 2018, I had a stupid, crazy year. All right, I made so much money. That was the most money I ever made in my life at that time, right? So, obviously, you know, back then in 2018, you know, getting access to money, you know, multiple six figures, very short amount of time, you're gonna start to do dumb things, right? So I was doing that, you know, I was splurging on a lot of this stuff. I was splurging on the high-end clothes, right? I was splurging on, you know, the jewelry and things like that, right? There was one point where I had like six, and I don't, now looking back at it, I look how foolish I looked, right? But there was one time where I had like 6 golden chains, right? One of them completely iced out, you know, and I went to a basketball game, right? And I just looked at myself, and then I looked at myself, and I'm like, damn, this isn't even me. Like, I'm not that flashy type of guy, right? But I ended up falling for, you know, the social media hype. So I ended up spending money on all this jewelry that I never actually ended up using. And when I did end up using it, I felt like I was only using it to try to impress people that didn't give 2 shits about me. All right. So there was a phase in my life where I was very flashy, you know, but you grow past that, man. You grow past that for sure. You grow past that, man. Let's see. Why do you enter trades before US 30 opens and the volume goes up? Just asking and learn. That's a great question. For me personally, I trade, you know, obviously the best times to trade throughout the day are London session, New York session, right? When we have that London session and that New York session crossover, where they're both open, is by far the most volatile times throughout the day. So that's usually between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock is usually when we have the most volatility. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to just wait for, you know, stock market open for me to want to go ahead and jump in positions, you know, especially if it's already at areas of interest, you know, because you'll notice at times, guys, that the market actually gets to an area of interest before even the right quote unquote time that you would expect it to get to, right? I have a model where if I'm in my point of interest, if I'm in an area of structure, I'm taking that trade no matter what, especially if my confirmations align itself, right? Because I've missed a lot of setups, right? I'll be missing a ton of setups just trying to wait for, you know, 9:30. Right now, again, even looking at gold. All right, for gold, an example, right? We took gold when it was right here. All right, we took gold. Now, if this thing continues to go, 9:30 is about to open in 4 minutes. I wouldn't have gotten the entry that I really wanted. Right now, granted, 9:30 opens up, it could send us back lower. And it's so be it. It is what it is at that point, right? If it does that, then it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, but yeah, you know, if it's in my area of interest, if it's in the area that I'm interested in, I'm taking the trade no matter what time it is. And then I'll just deal with the volume issues or the lack of liquidity issues as it comes. All right, so hopefully that answers your question, right? If it's in my area of interest, I'm taking that trade. I'm taking that trade, right? So hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's see, what's your TP for gold, right? So my TP for gold is going to be up around 1860s. Now keep in mind, guys, right, I do have higher levels of take profit for gold as well, right? 1860s is probably going to be one of my first targets. I'm really going to be targeting even 1870s, right? To go ahead and capture all this liquidity above these highs right here. And I even want to try to leave a position open to see if we can make it up to the 1890s levels, right? You know, I think we do have all this inefficient price action right here on gold that we can, you know, start to target as well, right? So ultimate target is really going to be up to 1890, right? So, you know, I have multiple targets on this, but my initial target is going to be 1860. That's probably where I'll go ahead and close partials, move my stops to break even, and then I'll just let the remainder go ahead and just ride out to see if we can go to those other levels of take profit. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I could tell too. Same way around here. Listen, go, man. We're going to get on the call, bro, for sure. I got you. We're going to get on the call. We're going to set this thing up, man, because now I'm interested to see, you know, if you are actually knowledgeable or if you're just all talk like most haters usually are. But listen, I'm not going to prejudge you, bro. You know, if you are about your thing, bro, then let's get you on. Let's see, by the way, when I joined you, you were one of my favorite educators. I watched. Something I want to say is you're one of the best person to keep around to keep those things simple and express yourself the best. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. If you made DeLorean, made myself stay there and not Tyrone. Glad people are seeing your true potential. I appreciate that, Metal. That's what I like about Abel. He's honest and he will let you know how it is. That's so true, because I ain't gonna lie. Last year was my first profitable year and I fell for that trap cycle of showing off. I think we all do it, right? Especially and this goes for anybody, right? Like, especially if you don't come from money, it's very easy to get into that cycle of wanting to show off. And I fell for it, right? And again, I'm not saying that in the future I'm not going to still be buying a lot of the nicest stuff, right? Like in the future, I do want to get me a nice, you know, AP, right? In the future, I do want to get me a nice, you know, McLaren 720S, right? I do want to get me probably even the 765L, right? I do want to get me, you know, the Ferraris, right? Eventually in the future, I will eventually get that stuff, but it has to make sense now, right? It has to make sense, right? I'm not going to just get all this stuff now just to try to show off to people that don't give two shits about me. That just doesn't make sense to me now, right? Although I could afford a lot of these things now, it just doesn't make sense. I'd rather continue to, you know, build more assets, buy more houses, you know, buy more crypto, you know, and let my assets to purchase all that stuff for me. All right, so it just got to make sense now, right? Timing just has to make sense more than anything now if I'm going to be, you know, spending money on a lot of crazy stuff just to get a reaction out of people. All right, let's see. Everyone in DeLorean, as far as educators go, had their own style, but everyone is beast mode with it. I never let the way people teach me prevent from learning. I respect every 100%, right? You know, shout out to Tyrone, right? Tyrone is still one of my good friends, you know, still one of the best traders, one of the most animated traders that I know. And that man has a very loyal and strong community. You know, you can so shout out to Tyrone. You know, hopefully, I'm putting this out there, right? I know he's still a part of IM. Right, I know he's still doing his thing over there, man. But hopefully in the future, you know, me and Tyrone can partner back up in the Profit Society as a whole, right? And we can get him on board with the gang, all right? So that'll be cool. All right, so again, we're still in gold. This is the only position that we're in. It's moving slowly but surely. We're up about maybe 20 pips right now, family. Yeah, we're around 22 pips of profit. You know, so we're doing good right now. We're chilling, and we'll see what the market does give us. Hey, I have a question. Can you show here you validate point of interest? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll give you guys exactly what I was looking here for on, you know, this gold setup, guys, right? So overall, I mean, when I was initially looking at this gold, right, I seen overall the momentum that we actually came from, right? Because overall, we were very bearish. You know, we had this market, guys, pretty much declining pretty aggressively, right? But this entire decline, we kept on leaving behind areas of liquidity, right? We kept on leaving behind areas of liquidity, right? So all of this selling pressure overall was doing its thing, but we were leaving behind a ton of areas of liquidity that I was eventually going to want to target. So once we seen the market, guys, create this support, we end up spiking below the support, grabbing that liquidity, and we see the super strong reaction that broke this level and also broke this level right here. We now had a market structure shift, right? Or what most traders would call a change of character. you know, and ever since then, we just been very bullish. We just been very bullish, right? We just been very bullish, right? So I'm just looking to continue this order flow that we're currently sitting in right now, right? We're very bullish right now. The market is still very strong to the upside for gold, and that's what I'm trying to bet on more than anything. Now, what we've seen just happen is also very telling. All right, so let me go ahead and just use the replay tool. All right, so when prices like this, family, you know, I really didn't have no interest in buying at these levels, right? In fact, if you guys were on our stream last night, you know, I told you guys that I really actually wanted to look for some buys down here at these levels, right? Around this 1847, 1846 level for our weekly. I wanted to look to see if price can come down to there to give us a nice entry. All right, but the market itself had, you know, a different idea in mind, right? We ended up running that support, which is super expected, but you know how we ended up coming back above price is what really gave me the confidence to go ahead and start looking for some buys, right? So this entire level of structure right here was our area of interest or our point of interest. We ended up running the support. We ended up grabbing a ton of liquidity. All right, there's a ton of liquidity position below here. All right, so we ended up grabbing all this liquidity and we immediately rebounded back above our area of structure, right? So just coming back above this level of structure right here that we just grabbed liquidity from is very telling to me, right? That tells me that there is probably a lot more buying opportunities here in the market. So that's pretty much what caused us to go ahead and jump into this position here. I'm already bullish just looking at the order flow, right? But the fact that we ended up running this support and then immediately rebounding back above it and maintaining that level, I ended up buying it. All right, so that's as simple as it was for this opportunity here on gold and why I decided to go ahead and jump in. You know, us being able to bounce back above it, you know, we technically did break some structure as well. You know, we ended up clearing these highs whatsoever, ever so slightly, but we did end up clearing those highs. And now, you know, we had enough confidence to go ahead and jump in. All right, so that's pretty much what we're looking at. Let's see, and PK, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Yeah, shout out to PK, man. PK is easily one of the most knowledgeable people I know, one of the most knowledgeable traders, one of those most knowledgeable businessmen that I know, right? And the crazy thing is, he's doing so well for himself, extremely successful, and I believe he's only 25, 26 years old, right? So, you know, I really do look up to Patrick, and I get inspired by what Patrick's been able to do, man, for himself, man. So shout out to Patrick, man. He's an absolute savage. Somebody that I personally am inspired by every single day, and somebody that I definitely look up to for sure. Shout out to that boy PK, man. Let's see. Will you reduce your risk stop loss on gold? If we're able to go ahead and truly see this thing give us some more momentum, then I will. But where we're currently at right now, not just yet. Just because this could still come back down, technically speaking, come back down to retest a lot of these levels. So I don't want to move it too prematurely. Right, so I'm still going to be leaving my risk open. I would need to see this thing to really give us some more momentum, right? Maybe if we're able to clear this high right here, then I will be, you know, comfortable with going ahead and moving my stop loss to break even. But until we see that, I'm just going to leave my risk open. I'm just going to leave my risk open. Still use perp zone to this day. Yeah, I mean, it's a savage. Why aren't you putting your stop loss tighter? It's just too early for me. All right, it's too early for me, right? Because guess what? I could move my stops to right here, right? And absolutely, you know, reduce how much I'm risking. 100% I could. But we don't know if price is truly going to hold just yet. Like, price can still technically come down, you know, break this low, possibly even retest this last little area of structure, and then fly, right? We don't know what the market is going to do, right? Nobody knows with 100% certainty what the market is going to do. So I just don't want to move my stop loss too early, right? I'm completely comfortable with what I actually risked. I'm completely fine. If price was to drop and stop me out, I'm completely fine with that. Like, I'm completely fine with that. There's no, listen, like, I'm fine. There's nothing that I'm concerned about if that were to happen. But I will be concerned and I will be extremely upset with myself if I roll my stops just because I'm over here emotional now, because I'm getting in my feelings. I roll my stops to remove risk, price actually ends up dropping only for it to do what it initially wanted to do anyways. Man, nah. I'm good on that, right? I'm good on that, right? So it's just things like that, guys, that for me, you know, I realize when traders, and I'm not talking specifically to you, I'm talking about in general, right? But more times than not, when traders are in profit, right, and they start to play around with their stop loss, more times than not, that's usually an emotional decision more than anything, right? Emotionally, they're starting to feel away, and emotionally, they're nervous, they're scared, probably because they're over leveraging more times than not, and that's why they're trying to remove risk too soon, way too soon. I don't care about the outcome of this trade. I don't care if this thing stops me out. I really don't. I have no emotions attached to it. So that's why I don't want to just move my stops too early, because you just never know what price is going to do. Like, I used to do that all the time. And I think that hurts me more than actually getting, like, me getting stopped out, right, at either break even or even at me reducing my risk hurts way more to me than me actually just having my stop loss get hit, because I knew I shouldn't have did it. Right? So it's things like that, guys, that you just, you eventually, decide what works best for you, right? That's what works best for me. It doesn't mean I have to work best for you, but that's what really works best for me overall. Okay? Let's see. Link to join Profit Society. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we do have any of our affiliates in the building, right? If any of our affiliates are on the call, right? Jude, if you're still there, Jude, go ahead and drop your link in the chat, Jude, if you're still there, bro. I know you're one of the affiliates that are in the building. If you're still on the call, bro, by all means, go ahead and drop that link in the chat, bro. Go ahead and welcome them and show some love to them and, give them access. If we don't have no affiliates in the call, I will drop the link to join the family in a second. Give me 1 second. I just want to keep on monitoring this. But if we do have any affiliates, by all means, go ahead and you can send the link in the chat if you want to, if we do have any affiliates on the call right now. But I'll do that in a second, Hamster. Don't worry about it. I'll send it to you in a few. Let's see. What time do you usually go live on YouTube? Right. So I'm gonna be honest. It's very sporadic that I actually go live. Right. It's very, very sporadic. I try to go live every Monday and possibly Fridays, just so that I can keep some type of activity on my YouTube channel. And if I do go live, it's gonna be New York session lives. Right. So around 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll be live. Like today, I was live around 7:30. So yeah, but it is very sporadic, right? Like, I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm live every single time, because it's really not, right? It really just depends on how I feel in the morning and if there's anything that I'm actually interested in looking at. Yeah. Let's see, bro. Have you traded indices before? 100%. All right, indices actually just opened up. Indices actually just opened up. Now that you say that, right? Let's see what happened here. So we're seeing an initial spike of the indice market. Okay, initial spike. Are these gonna actually hold though? We're seeing an initial spike here. I'll put it like this, family. I'm long-term bearish indices. Okay? I'm long-term bearish indices. So what I would like to see overall is, for one, I would love to see how we react around these levels right here. This level of structure around the 12,400 for NAS. This is NAS 100, the NASDAQ. I would love to see how we actually play off of this level. This could send us lower. But what I really want to see is, I actually want to see price come all the way up to the supply zone up here and then go ahead and give us some opportunities to go short, right? But we do have two different areas that we can go short from. We can go short right off of this level of structure right here, or we might run that level, come up to the supply zone, and then short from there as well, right? But I am definitely more bear side on indices. I mean, very simple, guys. Like, for me, as long as the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, as long as the Fed is hawkish, like, I just can't see myself buying indices at all, right? Like, yes, from maybe a short-term perspective, an intraday opportunity, we might be able to catch some buys, but long-term, I'm still trying to catch a nice opportunity to resell into this market. As long as the interest rates are where they're at, in fact, as long as inflation is where it's at, which is going to cause the Fed to continue to raise interest rates, which they're planning on doing, I just can't see myself buying this long term. Right? So I'm looking for opportunities to go short. What's your compensation plan for the affiliate? I mean, very simple. Affiliates get 20%. All right, affiliates get 20%. Pay that residually. But this is the thing, guys, right? Like, we don't promote the affiliate side of our platform. We just don't. because our focus is not on you guys trying to recruit people, right? Like, you have to have some type of intentions on actually wanting to learn how to trade in order for us to even consider you as an affiliate. In fact, like, our affiliates that we currently have today are actually traders that we know are actually profitable, or at least getting to that profitability level. So if you're a newer trader, then you're probably not going to get approved for the affiliate side of things, because we don't want you guys to start getting distracted, right? That's what really brought a lot of the hate towards the MLM platforms, right? It's because it was so focused on recruiting, and that's what put a bad taste in the industry's mouth. So if you are not somewhat profitable, if you cannot get on a call with me and show me that you know how to mark up a chart, then don't even consider the affiliate program, because you're not going to get approved, like, at all. Like, we don't talk about it, right? It's not something that we speak about. Why? Because that's not our main focus. Our main focus is to get you guys, educated. Our main focus is to teach you guys how to trade. Like, that's our main focus, right? Our affiliates is mainly for the people that have experience and are going to spread out what we're doing anyways. Then you can go ahead and do your thing, right? But so again, if you're not experienced, don't even bother. You're not gonna get approved. But if you have some experience and you truly like what we're doing with the Profit Society, then we'll go ahead and we can have that conversation. Right? Then we can have that conversation. Overall. All right, but let's see. I had a buy limit on SPX 4050. 4050. You had a buy limit. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I think it's pushing for you. Listen, I hope it does continue to go higher for you. For the sake of your trades, sure, I hope it does keep pushing, man. I'm not in none of this, so it really wouldn't affect me what it does. But for the sake of your trade, man, come on, Desmond. I need this thing to go all the way up to 4,100 for you, bro. I need it. I need it. I need it. Let's see. Man, I remember those Asian sessions. Crazy. Yeah. We was live for Asian session, family, like all last year. Like, as soon as I left my previous platform, when I actually retired as an IM educator, like, I went immediately back to my YouTube, right? And I started doing my Asian sessions, man. It was actually fire. We had a lot of great times, man. Them Asian streams were next level. That's my first time even finding out you guys have a affiliate. Yeah, we don't talk about it at all. Let's see, guys, be here Friday, please. You don't want to miss this. Yeah, for sure, family, right? Definitely be on the lookout for Friday's call with my guy Gum Clan over here. Let's see. Gum Clan, that flyer is going out today. Yeah. Do you think you guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. It is the thing, yo, Gum. Like, I could tell, Gum, that you're actually a good person, bro. I could tell that you're a good person, man. I can tell that low key, you have some good in your heart, bro. So I don't know what it was when you first came in the stream, right? Promoting some other random person that I don't know, and then trying to downplay what we're doing, bro. But I can tell you're a good person, bro, man. We gonna talk, man. We gonna talk. I remember for your IML, why did you leave? You was a great educator. I mean, it was just my time to go, man. It was just, I'm not gonna get too deep in it. I actually I created a whole video on my channel. If you guys want to go ahead and watch that, I pretty much broke down my thoughts and my ideas as to why I ended up making that decision. So if you guys do want to go ahead and see why I left IM, then go right on my channel. I created a whole video about it, and you guys can go ahead and watch that. All right, but it was just my time to go. It goes from, and this is just me and my mindset, right? It goes from being, an employee, which is what I was. I was an employee of IM, right? It goes from being an employee to eventually want to be owner, right? And that's just the mindset that I was at, right? I wanted to go from being an employee, go from dealing with the politics to being the one to, run the platform so I could do it my way. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't nothing crazy. Who taught you how to trade? I mean, there's so many people that I could mention, right? I mean, I've learned how to trade from, a lot of my partners that were over there in IM. I learned how to trade from my guy Lex Waves. I learned how to trade from my guy Justin Saini. I learned a lot from Tyrone. I learned a lot from Patrick. I learned a lot from Skaggs. Is probably one of my first mentors. Shout out to that boy Skaggs. He's somebody that obviously I still learn a lot from today. Right now that we're actually business partners, I still learn a lot from him. Again, probably one of my first mentors. I learned a lot from, even YouTubers here. Right, I learned a lot from. Who can I say? I learned a lot from Damn, I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't even think of these names. I don't know. Just know I learned a lot from a lot of people, right? It's not just one person that got me to where I'm at. It's more of a combination of learning from a bunch of different traders together that allow me to gain the confidence to where I'm at. Right? So yeah, it's a bunch of different players. It's not just one or two traders. It's a bunch of different people that I learned from. You're an amazing trader. I appreciate you, Pedro. Your old school Chris Terry YouTube trading. Yeah, I mean, even Chris Terry, I learned a lot from Chris Terry as well. I know a lot of people on YouTube absolutely hate that man, but I learned a lot from him too. He put me in position as well to be able to grow as a trader and grow as an educator. So I got nothing but love for Chris Terry. Yeah, but I learned from a lot. All right, let's see where we're at, man. What's gold doing, man? All right, so gold is coming back down. Just retesting structure once again. Nothing too crazy. All right, nothing too crazy. Let's see what happens here. We're going to go ahead and let this thing play out overall. And we'll see what the market does give us. Let's see. I like AUD CAD for the buy. Let's go take a look at AUD CAD. Let's see where we're at. Let's see. What makes you like the buy, Ed? What makes you like the buy, Ed? I'm genuinely interested to see what makes you like it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all, right? But I'm interested to see what your thought process is for this. Yeah, I don't know. Failed to break the lows on the 1 hour, so because we created this higher low, it's possible. Right, it is possible. But just keep it in consideration, right? It is possible because we're creating those higher lows, but look at where we came from. All right, overall, like we're actually seeing a lot of bearishness more than anything, right? Super strong push down. The market itself is now looks like it's just more so correcting. Right, we have all these higher lows or lower highs being created. We have lower high, lower high, lower high, lower highs, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So I don't know. Even if we do, there is a potential we do buy up, but I don't know. I think more so than anything, this thing might actually want to make another leg lower, in my opinion. It might want to make another leg lower, in my opinion. So we could still push up. But I think this thing might actually want to eventually make a higher low. Now, again, that's not saying that the buy isn't wrong, right? Because I do think at the very least we're probably going to come all the way back up to retest these highs right here. Around 0.919, I would love to sell from that 0.919 level. Now, we do have news, though, right? We do have CAD news in about 10 minutes, right? So this CAD news can absolutely help your trade. If you did end up pushing that, push it higher. All right, but yeah, I don't know. I would be looking for shorts maybe around this level up here, 919. Let's see. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like the way you came off is a little bit weird, but nonetheless, if you can show us things that's gonna benefit us, why not? 100%, Eric. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. See, that's how this community needs to go, family. Like, people come into the chat super strong. It's gonna happen. Gum, you did come off in the chat extremely, extremely strong. Extremely aggressive, and you have to expect people to obviously react to that, right? You're not going to get that reaction out of me that you might want, but a lot of the students in the call, they are going to react a certain way, bro. But now energy definitely changed, bro. Now your energy is completely different, Gum, especially now that I pretty much gave you an opportunity. to come on and teach as well, bro. You know, if that's all you wanted to do, man, you could have just asked. But yo, bro, do you mind me teaching some things, bro? Listen, I'm all about putting people in position. All right, I'm all about putting people in position. I have no problem whatsoever allowing anybody to come on stream and actually go ahead and teach what you know. Like, I have no issues with that, right? But you just got to come the right way, man. Just come correct, bro. That's all. You know, I'm not like these other YouTubers, bro. Like, I'm really not. Like, I'm an actual trader first, YouTuber second. Like, a lot of these people on YouTube, family, they're YouTubers first, traders second. A lot of these people on YouTube are making more money through their YouTube analytics, through AdSense, than they are through actually trading. That is not me. Like, I don't make much off of YouTube. I make about maybe, if you guys want, I make literally $300-400 a month off of YouTube. I don't care about the YouTube ad revenue. I'm not making nothing off of it. All right, but there's traders on here that are making a lot more money through ad revenue, making more than, you know, through ad revenue than they are through actually trading, right? So there is a lot more YouTuber first, trader second type of people, but that's not me, bro. You know, I'm a trader first, YouTuber second, you could say. You know, I focus on just getting people educated, treating people right, you know, and just continuously, you know, making this industry better, you know, putting it in a much better light. You know, but it's just about your approach. You know, you got to have the right approach, bro. You know, just jumping into streams, bro, and just talking shit and, you know, trying to promote other people is not what's going to get you what you're looking for, bro. I'm just being honest, right? Like, you know, just come a little bit correct, bro. You know, it'll make you go a long way. Let's see. Shout out to my little bro, Kyle. Absolute phenomenal savage in the building. What's going on, little bro? I appreciate you. Let's see what we have with gold. So gold is still playing around our level, guys. So it did come back up to retest our entry point. You know, we're still going to be patient. We're going to let this thing play out. We're not going to force anything. I'm already in it. You know, so we're just going to be chilling and we'll see what the market gives us overall. You know, if we're able to possibly hold this level, all right, if we're able to hold this level and we're able to go ahead and probably clear these highs right here, you know, I might even add another position, right? Because remember, my initial position, guys, was only 0.5%, right? Like extremely low, right? Like only 0.5% was risk, right? So I still have 1.5% that I could still risk on this setup, right? The most that I would risk on any setup is 2%. I only risk 0.5%, so I still got a whole 1.5% that we can risk for sure, right? So if we're able to maybe break that, then I might go ahead and even add some more onto it, because at that point we should start to fly. Let's see. Yep, they're marketers first. Yeah, it happens. You know, listen, I don't shit on nobody, man. YouTube is a business. You know, if you feel like you can teach really good and you want to make some money off of YouTube, man, do your thing. Create a channel, man. No emotions when I'm around charts or people talking about charts, so that's how it goes. It is what it is. Hey, man, listen, man. It is what it is, man. But I'm definitely excited for Friday, come. Right, I'm excited for Friday, bro. You know, we'll go ahead and we'll do our thing for the community, man, and show people that, you know, there is a lot of love in this space, bro. You know, it's going to be a interesting session, right? Especially from the ones that seen how aggressive you were when you came on, bro, to now us teaching together. I think that could really help the space grow. You know, help the space continue to move forward, all right? And stop with all this damn hate. There's too much hate on YouTube, bro. There's too much hate. Like, I can't operate with hate. Like, I need love, bro. I'm a lovey type of person, man. Like, I just can't. That's why I don't ever really, you know, fall into those traps. Like, I just can't, bro. Like, my life is too blessed, man. I'm too blessed and grateful for everything that I've been able to accomplish so far for anybody to really change my energy, bro. So it's going to be dope to have that call together, man, so people can see that hate is not going to go nowhere. Love is always going to conquer all at the end of the day. It's too much. Yeah, there really is, bro. There's always people talking shit about each other, man. There's too many people trying to be the best trader. I don't care about being the best trader. I really don't. I care about making money, paying my bills, bro, and providing a good life for my family, bro. I could care less about any of the drama that comes with it. I really could care less. Like, that does not entertain me whatsoever. You feel like it's an ego thing? 100% it is. I think the one biggest criticism that, you know, smart money traders get, right? You know, shout out to anybody that does trade smart money. Shout out to ICT, you know, because he did actually, you know, he created a concept, whether you want to say he created it or not. You know, he created an ideology, guys, that has changed the game for a lot of traders, right? But I say the biggest criticism that ICT traders get is their ego. You know, they have the biggest ego in the entire industry, right? And I don't know where they get it from. It could be from ICT himself. I really don't know, right? But it's that ego that is just disgusting, right? And just, it turns me off, right? That's why I don't really have no interest in, you know, partnering or even entertaining other educators or other traders, right? Especially if they have that ego, right? But that's like the one thing that I would say ICT traders are the kings at, right? They have the biggest ego in the world, and that makes the strategy not even interesting to be a part of, if that makes sense. All right, so but shout out to ICT. You know, he's doing his thing. You know, he's doing an amazing job educating the masses, right? He's obviously one of the pioneers in this space. You know, I got nothing but respect for anybody that's a pioneer in this space that's been putting in years and years of hard work for teaching. Let's see. Not even ICT himself says he's not old for that. Yeah, I don't know. I get it. You know, like I said, it just comes with it. ICT traders be acting like Beyonce. Yo, come on, man. Come on, Ed. Let's not go down that rabbit, man. I just said we're gonna show love, bro. So, yeah, listen. If you trade ICT, man, I got nothing but love and respect for you, man. It's just the ego parts that I don't like. Makes sense. I agree. That's funny how so much hate in the industry, but statistics haven't changed. Yeah. Does Profit Society have an app? Not yet. We're actually working on it. It's in the process. Hopefully within the next few weeks, we actually have the app up and running. So that's going to be pretty dope. You know, Kyle, bro, if you are in the chat, Kyle, if you don't mind, bro, go ahead. Actually, I'll just send it right here. Give me 1 second, family. So for anybody that is interested in the Profit Society as a whole and be a part of our community, this is the actual link. You know, I gave our affiliates a chance to go ahead and earn that commission, but it's cool. They might not be on the call right now. Right, but yeah, you know, go ahead and sign up through that link, profitsociety.co. Click on the big Get Started button and choose a plan. And, you know, I'll see you guys on the inside. You know, I truly believe that this investment, if you guys do decide to do it, will be one of the best investments that you guys can make, just because you're actually going to be, you know, surrounded by traders, right? If any of y'all ever been on any of our streams where all of us are together, guys, you guys can know that, like, our streams are not like most people's streams, fam. Like, if we don't agree on stuff together, even as educators, we not gonna agree on it. You know, we done had so many different discussions, right? We done had so many different disagreements and back and forths. Like, I really like to look at our platform more as a Forex debate show at times, right? Because, you know, one of my profitable traders, my partners over here, they might look at the dollar completely different than what I'm looking at. But one thing we will do, though, right? Even if we do have different biases, we're gonna educate you guys on why we're looking at the market these ways. We're going to educate you as to what we're looking at, why we're looking at it, and what you guys can expect from this. And, you know, somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong, but it's never about ego regardless, right? It's never going to be about an ego thing, right? It's going to be more so about, you know, just providing education to the community more than anything, right? So trust me, like, if you've never been on any of our calls, like our live calls where we're actually executing, it's nothing like you've ever seen before, because 4 traders, 4 different ideas, 4 different mindsets, similar strategies, but also different in terms of entries and what we're looking for. It's only beneficial for the students that are actually a part of it, because you guys are able to see things from different perspectives. So it's next level. All right, we got my guy George, member for 8 months. My guy, let's go on. Shout out to you, G, man. I miss you, bro. How are you doing, man? Hopefully you're doing phenomenal, my brother. Appreciate you for tuning in and checking in with me this morning. All right, shout out to you for sure. Yeah, man. Let's see, dope. I learned a lot from you through YouTube and IM over the last 4 years, and I took a Forex break, so I'm happy you have your own platform. Looking forward to be back. Yeah, Devani, let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concern about anything. You know, I'll be gladly here to answer any type of questions that you might have, so that we can get you go ahead and get clarified as to any issues you have, and hopefully we're able to help you, you know, throughout your journey as well. Man, this thing is starting to hit. This thing is starting to hit. But besides that, though, family, it is 10 o'clock. You know, 10 o'clock candle has officially opened. So we should also see some more volatility enter the markets. I got to go ahead and jump off, though, because I do have an appointment at 10:30. So I got to go ahead and start running. For anybody that's not a part of our Discord family, go ahead and join our Discord channel as well, or our Discord server. Anybody can join. Obviously, if you want to be a part of the premium section of the Discord, you're going to have to join the Profit Society to access the premium section of it. But you guys can go ahead and join right now. Be a part of the family. I will update you guys as well as to what is happening for gold in the Discord channel, whether we win, whether we lose. I will update you guys as well on that. And we'll go from there. But hopefully you guys were able to get some value this session, family. It was a good talk for me. You know, I appreciate all you guys that participated. You know, whether you guys were showing love or whether you guys were hating, you guys are good in my book, man. I love y'all no matter what, family. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me in the Discord and I'll answer them as quick as possible. Family, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I hope you guys have a great rest of your guys' day. All right, y'all. Take care.